Yep, we are live, we are live, we are live. What's up, my peoples? It is Saturday night, Memorial Weekend, and I suspect 99% of the world is out there partying away like crazy. Welcome to Jamaica Celebrity Talk. We have two amazing people lined up this week. I'm really, really stoked because I'm a big fan of these two human beings. These are two awesome persons. You guys know what we do. We do the interview here, and then we chop it up and share it out next week. So go get your friends and stuff. Don't see enough people in the stream tonight. So, but you know, it's enough for that party. But I need to join me still for this one. This one is going to be a big one. Tonight, I am going to be talking to two remarkable human beings. I mean, two really, really awesome. Cool somebody there, may I tell you. One is, how would I best describe her? I would say she is Jamaica's sweetheart. You know, we love her. Jamaican people just love her. We fell in love with her way back, I think it's in 2006, from the auditions, and then she was a wild card on Rising Stars. She was brought back on by Anthony Miller, and you know Anthony is known as a tough judge, the judge everybody afraid of, and she did him proud. You know what I'm saying? She ended up coming second, and we all expected this to occur because you know she's remarkable. So without further ado, we're just going to jump into this. We're going to start by talking to the one and only Nickeishia Barnes, the big singer with the big voice. Love this woman. It's one of those people who, when you see her, no matter how bad your day is going, from she look high up, you're like, yeah, you feel good. All right, so we're gonna start this. We're gonna bring her up. People, put your hands. Invite your friends over.
Hi.
What's up?
Wagwan.
I hold the thing, you know. Good. I am so stoked and so excited to have the opportunity to talk to you.
Super excited myself, yeah. Super excited.
But why are you excited? You're the superstar singing your sweet. You good?
Listen,
You good?
all of that always make me laugh. Like, super what?
Listen.
That always catches me. Like when people say that, I'm standing and looking, helping them to look for the superstar. Like, wait there.
But you have to understand. You have to understand. You are someone that's close to Jamaicans' hearts. I mean, and
yeah, I know that vibrations. I mean, people
we
say
love you.
support for me. Yeah, man. That's for me.
Yeah, but you have to understand that you rose at a time, right, when, how would I put this? You gave us hope. You brought us, you know, joy and love and happiness. And it's true, because here what happened. I remember that big voice. Your season and maybe 2 seasons after that, I stopped watching Rising Stars. I'm being honest.
I watched the whole thing. I watched everything.
But you would. But I mean, for me, I mean, I have to be careful when I say on this broadcast. But yes, I'm very careful. But the truth is, we fell in love with you, and I remember when you were sent home, and I was like, yo, I'm not watch a show. I'm telling you. I remember we were all watching it. Heather Richardson, how you doing? What's going on? The Royal General, big up yourself. Big up Nadira X, big up yourself. All right, so I took it personal. I took it personal. I tell you, there were two times watching these kinds of shows that I got emotional. When they sent you home, you say, yo, I smoke. Nadine Depan, what going? And shit on drugs, what going? I mean, I was so upset. And it was just like when I was watching American Idol years ago, and they sent home Jennifer Hudson.
Yes, I think I cried when they sent home Jennifer Hudson, but I was also carrying Fantasia. So I was like, either one of you get it, I'll be fine. Yes.
Yeah. But you have to understand that when we come across talent like that, and it's not just talent. I mean, we have amazing people who can sing, but there's something about you that lights up the room. And that's a rare thing in this business.
Look here.
You know,
I don't want to compliments thing.
no, I don't compliment, man. Listen, we know each other a long time, so we have to talk straight. Nickeishia, you are a remarkable talent.
Wow.
I've seen you perform at least 4 times.
Wow.
In person.
I'm not good.
I remember seeing, me tell you, I saw you, that place, man, and they have a juicy party down there in that arena.
Yes. We're carrying on juicy patties to keep
Yes, yeah, I was on the same show.
anniversary show, yeah.
And I remember me say, yo, me have to watch her in the car. Me come out of the car. And the whole crew, me say, yo, me have to watch my girl. And me stand up to the audience. And when you start back, oh, man, I was screaming. Yeah.
Oh
So,
my God.
remarkable. Tell us a little bit about the beginning of your journey, your childhood, a little bit.
Well,
Sure, that story, but more I tell.
yes. Well, I grew up in a community called Arnett Gardens. It's an inner city community, very, very vulnerable in Kingston. Um, it's a space where you are pushed to be whether excellent or you're going to fall along the wayside and take the route of whether criminal activity. But for a lot of us who come from that space, we understood that poverty didn't define us, and we understood that we were greater than where we were from. And we had to work probably a little bit harder to get to some of the things that some of our probably peers in high school or in the middle class communities had, but we knew that we could do it. And I come from a space where parents like my mom were critical to my development in loving me so big that she protected me even when they think she miserable. But loving me to the point where she sheltered me, and a lot of the things that I came out from and understood as an adult is seeing her make sacrifices like sleeping on the floor to give her children the bed, to not eating because there wasn't enough food. So she gave us the food, or carrying home the food that she got at a work event to give us as dinner and didn't eat. That's the space I grew up in. But I also knew that I was loved. I knew that so loud and I knew it so well that it didn't, you never know you're poor until people point it out to you. Because everybody that you were around were having the same circumstances.
Yeah,
And
that
it's
is
until
true.
you stepped out of that bubble that people would say to you, I don't want shoes you have, you know, I'm not other shoes. And you realize, but it's not my favorite shoes, it's the one shoes me have. And that is not my favorite dress, it's the one frock me have.
So you were a single parent family, single parent, just your mom?
So yes, it was just my mom, my father, regrettably, and it's in my adulthood that I understand and that I'm able to better frame it and understand that he is struggling with a sickness with drug addiction, and he was not able to be present for his children. Yeah.
Wow, wow. Just that saying that, I love you more. You tell us
It took
straight.
me a while to understand it because growing up, him being absent for me was a big deal because I'm my father's daughter. I look like my dad, and talk. People always say I talk like how my father talk. So to not have him present for so many years in my life, it forced. I was very angry, and I struggled with that for many years until now becoming a parent. I recognize what some of those stresses are, and if you're away from the inner city space, then it's a compounded amount of stress. And if you're not able, sometimes you self-medicate in trying to handle the stress because we were not taught issues like self-care, taking care of your mental health. We were framed, and men in the inner city spaces that come from poverty and even the wider society, you are not allowed the opportunity to walk through your emotions. You have to tough it out, man, to be strong. So now I can see my father and understand that what he struggles with is bigger than just leaving his children. He's struggling with himself and his manliness, and how does he deal with and frame that. And for him, it was to self-medicate and to use drugs because he himself couldn't manage it. I would never have the money. I would never understand about therapy and mental health and those type of situations.
That's still a challenge. It's still a challenge here in our community. I mean,
Still is.
this community, I'm telling you, we still have this issue. But it's an amazing thing to hear you speak um, of him with that kind of love and compassion and understanding.
I love that man. I literally. when I think of him and I have memories, my father became addicted when I was 6 years old, and I still have fond memories of him. I still remember him being the father that I know he has the potential within himself to be.
Yeah.
But it's a journey that he has to make back to finding himself. So I had to learn that too, that I can't take on that journey. He's the one who has to walk the path. And I think in forgiving myself for not being strong enough to help my father, I was able to forgive him and release him so he can go and do the work that he needs to do.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
But I remember ball, 'cause it's something.
Listen. But you see, it's what you're saying is so relevant because we tend to when we speak. My father used to say to me, God rest his soul. Dad used to say, "You only see the building when it's complete.
Yeah.
You don't know what goes into it." Because I know, I many persons probably think they come from Narbrook.
I get that so often that I live
Yep.
at one. And for
Yep.
many years, I struggled with coming from Ocho Rios. I was like, I
Yep.
don't know nobody that got Ocho. I don't come from St. Anne. For many years, I kept going, how are you down in Ocho Rios? I'm like, why would I be in Ocho Rios? I live right in Pastor Donga Jungle. I don't know what about Ocho.
No, I can tell you what happened in that instance, man. Somebody say on TV. I say, I have a cousin, Nickeishia. I'm right down the road. Say, may I tell you, I'm a cousin. We got school together. So what happened?
People in Ocho Rios who own me so wonderfully.
But you know, that's how we stay, Nikki, because
Yes,
we love
yes.
you. Once as a community, we fall in love with you, and as a community, we have. We want to be a part of that journey and a part of your story, and your story is a remarkable story. You mentioned siblings. How many siblings do you have?
Oh my God! So let me say. I think I have nothing. I have
What? You have to think.
Not that because my father was a little bit
Love
of a
that.
busy bee, so we have to frame it nicely, right?
Okay.
So we catch everybody in the goal. So I have six brothers and
Mhm.
3 sisters. Yeah.
Nice. So 10 of you.
Yes. 6 with my mom and 4
Yes.
outside of my circle. Yeah.
Where do you fall in that?
I'm the middle. I'm the middle child. I'm right
Oh.
in the middle. So the boys are all up there, and I was a one girl for many years. One girl. So I was a serious tomboy, still am. Serious tomboy until the girls started to appear, and I'm like, who are you and why are you guys here?
Wow.
Sisters, and they're very girly, and that was so different for me because I grew up with a lot of boys and a lot of male uncles and cousins. So the girl situation threw me for a loop, like the dolly playing with, and I was like, "What are you doing? We're not go outside around.
Yes. I can imagine.
We're not go outside and climb the tree. Mango season, you staying, you gotta play the dolly the whole day. That used to throw me off. So the whole day we're gonna stay there. We're not go outside.
No.
Yeah. Why we the outside with it? Yes.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I couldn't get the girl sick.
Visualizing you. I can relate. I can relate. I can relate. I was the eldest, and I think there's an advantage to being in the middle. Being the
Yeah.
eldest, I blame for everything. I blame for everything that happened at all. When my mother left, if something broke, my father broke it. You know what I say?
Yeah.
My father would come and say, Peter, Patrick broke. Why you make Patrick break that?
Why you never did you stop him from break? What is wrong with you? Why weren't you available? You never sit them did go over there yourself to stop him before him break it. Yes.
What high school did you go? What high school did you go?
I went to the Holy Child High School.
Oh,
School that owns
girls.
Lexx. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I tried to
The
cross my ankles
girls.
at the bottom. Right. Cross my ankles and tuck them to the side of the chair.
Did you at the end of school go down to Crossroads and everybody meet up? That's what we used to do when I was going to KC.
So we didn't go crossroads. It was halfway true.
Okay.
Yes, man, everybody converge. But hold on, Peter, I could not converge there.
No.
This taxi give you a time for each of your yard. Yes, man. Remember jungle me live, So you keep what kind of arms out? Stay after tree and do what? My mother that come up there in our setter. Our setter to let me know somebody live after tree. So no, I did no conversion at all.
Oh no.
I
Oh
used
no. So,
the thing that we used to do because when I went to up to sixth form, I got the
mhm.
opportunity to leave school a little bit earlier. And because I went to sixth form now, you get a little bit more ease and a little bit more privilege because my mother feel
Right.
proud because you graduate, you graduate past the
Yes.
sixth form part and get CXE. So now you get a look a chance now. So now I was able to like walk plazas. And for me, that was a big deal because coming
Yeah.
from gardens, I didn't necessarily I was not exposed to a lot of those things that were available in Hertfordshire. So you may not find them downtown Kingston or in
Mhm.
Crossroads. So in Hertfordshire, I was exposed and it was such a grand thing for me to be able to go to so many. Listen, first of all, you got a mall. Yeah,
Wow.
no mall there Crossroad. Plaza we have.
True.
A
True.
mall
True.
at all. Plaza we have. So the shift always, I love the idea of coming from a space where you don't get exposed and being able to socialize with so many children from so many different spaces. I had friends who lived in St. Thomas who used to have to come to Holy Child. Friends who lived all the way in Old Harbor Bay who came to school. So when you talk to them and the differences in culture and to hear their experiences traveling on the bus, and you say to yourself, just about Old Harbor Day, because I didn't have that exposure. And
Right.
to hear and you went there and this happened and to just hear their different ideas, that's how I got my exposure going to Holy Child. Just interfacing with those girls and then getting later in my
Mhm.
high school years, getting to foreign half a tree and encounter St. Andrew and Calabar boys and some JC boys, and then being able to say, wow, well, you found the
See,
dress people up and down.
I mean, that's good. Unfortunately, you didn't meet the right boys. You didn't meet the young men from Kingston College. You didn't. You
Thank
didn't.
God, when did down at town. Yes, you did down at town. With
We were
all
the only.
St. News girls, right? You were from that side.
I get the impression that you're a reader. Are you a big reader? Do you like?
Yeah, I am, and yeah, I love to read. You have to understand, Peter. I never broke on a TV.
Yeah. You
So
did.
dead side. This part's never on the money for a TV, Peter. First of all, I did my granny big back TV, the analog would
Mm.
never get up and change the station with the ad. I remember I had two stations to grow up with.
Went through it. Went through it. We had the
Yeah,
black and
man.
white TV, and my parents
Black
put
and
on
white
color
TV.
paper over it.
I yeah, imagine say, yeah, imagine just say, it's cannot black and white. The people them are weird all the time. There must be some color somewhere. So it forced me, like I fell in love with reading in primary school
Mhm.
because the books transported me. And then I fell in love with poetry because I got to see so many different worlds in poems and to see so many different ideas coming up. And I think that's how I framed and got into songwriting from writing poems when I was little. And then reading brought me to so many different spaces that songwriting would connect me to that to say I can transport people with songs to those amazing places that sometimes you don't get the opportunity to visit. And I can use songs and take you there. And
What
music
was your?
has
Do you remember your first song that you wrote? Do you remember it?
don't laugh off at me. My first
More ear, man. More ear. More ear.
my first song that I actually felt confident when I wrote, I was about 13 years old. And I actually was writing a song that I felt in my mind Ikamouse would sing because I grew up next door to Ikamouse in Arnett
No,
Gardens.
wait, wait, never know that.
Yeah, man.
One sec. Hold a second. Hold the thought. I apologize. I have to do this.
Yeah.
Just want to say everybody who's logged on, Dallas County Scratchers, thank you so very much for the super chat, my brother. Big up to yourself. Emily, the wanted one. We know you're wanted. We love you. Big up to yourself. Peanuts, thank you for being here. Nadira X, thank you for being here. We are talking to the amazing Jamaica's love. We love this young lady. We love her. We love her. We love her. We love her. And we can say that proudly. The one and only Nickeishia Barnes, a remarkable artist, remarkable person, remarkable artist who just told us that she lived beside Ika Mouse.
Most like
What was that about? What was that like?
first of all, I used to sit on my wall because I literally live next door. So it's just a wall that divided me from this legend. And I would sit on the wall and watch him exercise and sing. And when I said blown, I was mind blown. Like, what is he doing? I never understood that he was actually training his body for when he was on tour, when he was in the studio to be fit and healthy, so that he could actually have stamina to carry the work. And that was a discipline it took to be an entertainer. Me to think the man just a mad and just a go out himself and did extra. And I said, make him
Yes.
happy once, so I run up and down and I make this bag of nice. I never connected that it was a part of the discipline of being in a field that is going to require you to have extra stamina because it actually asks for so much from you physically. Now, one day I heard him just holding a note and jogging on the spot, and I said to myself, "Whoa, that look hard." So I started to imitate him, like being in my backyard and running and singing high notes. And I recognized that it was a lot of work. So I started to see him in a frame that I said to myself, then that is quite possible. But I never wanted to be a singer. I wanted to write songs that voices like Ika Mouse would carry. And then I remember writing a love song. And I was like, I would love to have him sing this on a big stage in Europe. That was my idea. I was like 13, 14. And I kept repeating, like, if you love me, say it, say it. And in my mind, I'm hearing it most. If you love me, say it, say it. And then I kept saying I wrote
Nice.
the entire song. And I remember singing it one day around and I started crying. I was like, why am I crying? Doesn't make no sense. Me that experience.
Mhm.
I could hear him, and in my mind, the dream would materialize because he was already out there and doing some powerful things. So it made me very hopeful that I could be a part of that journey as well.
Okay, so we're gonna come back here, but let's jump ahead.
Yeah.
You are the auditions for Rising Stars. Who taught who? Because was it you that got up and said, you know, I'm gonna do this, or did someone around you say, Nikki, you know, what
So,
happened?
so what had happened was my older brother, his name is Escobar. God bless his soul. He's no longer with us. He went by the name Escobar, and he was a friend of Nesbeth. We've been from about 17, 18. We had entered Tasties, the talent competition, and I would follow him and Nesbeth to the studio, not to record and being a singer, but just to see their work. I loved it, like being in the behind the scenes and seeing them develop and create. I love that. So then he came, he's like, there's this event, there's this thing called Rising Stars. And I'm sitting there like, yeah, some really big, that the year before it was like Naughty Virtue and Chris Martin and Dania Deacon and Kevin. And I was like, yeah, man, some big singer. But in my mind, that big singer we can write for. Yeah, yeah,
Mm,
yeah, more,
yes.
more, more.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was my thought. And he was like, no, I want you to enter. And I'm sitting there like, say that one more time. You want me by myself, but go there so go sing what Christopher Martin them did I sing? Come one more time with us something there, because you know make no sense, right? I literally thought that. And then leading up to it, he kept saying, they're not going to, I kept not going to the auditions, miss them, miss them, miss them. And then he passed away. And when he passed away, that was something that was telling me that this was something he saw for me that was bigger than what I imagined for myself. So I went to the Kingston audition. I think that was the year with Chris and Maddie. And I didn't
Mhm.
make I went to the audition, I was hoarse, I was tired. So all those lessons watching Icamos, I did not take any of those because I'd shifted. My brother had passed away. In my mind, I'm not going to take up entertainment. I'm leaving that. I'm going to focus on my schooling, stick to it, and push through. So there I'm at the auditions, and I started to sing Natural Woman. Voice chip out, voice gone. I was like, okay, go on my yard. Go one time this. Did not get called back. The next year again, no, another bridging of mine was like, you know, I got audition. And I was like, no, man, no, it's not gonna work out. And I'm like, because the person who had been around in the space of entertainment was not here anymore. And I
Right,
was like, why
right.
would I want to? I'm gonna take up that for myself. I don't want to be a singer. I want to actually write, and I want to be in the spaces where the singers are, so they can get my music to go and sing there, right? So
Yeah.
in my mind, I need to just go through them. Then I will stop. To somebody pick up one of the song them and sing them. And the person said to me, "You have to get into the space to have a talk in the future. You can't.
True. Very
You have
true.
to go through the door to have
Mm.
conversations." And I was like, "All right." So I forgot to enter this competition. I some say, "You know what? I got try." So then came the whole Arnett Gardens. I'm talking to them, I feel like ball. Like everywhere I went to the little shops and the little corner shops, all little spaces, people would be like, singer, you're not going. And I was like, why do you guys keep calling me the singer thing? Me not going in. No, say me not go. Look here, me not go make it. Stop bada me. Me not go in it. That was
Yeah.
the attitude. But every time I went out, somebody said, you know, so you can't go in and sing a big thing, and I think you can do it, man. And I said, no, brethren, a big singer do them something. Because remember the year before, Nadia and Chris them shut down Kingston,
Yeah.
Jamaica. You
Yep.
see? They said, "When I send me forgot to embarrass myself." I said, "Hey, I'm gonna last time embarrass myself and I'm not going again. Call it cookie, call it a day." I went. And this time I was like, you know what? I think I didn't strategize properly. I went to Kingston, which was a final leg that everybody who did not make it through the other legs would have gone to. I'm going to go to another parish and try. Because just in case, I can also go back to the next audition in Kingston. But I
Right.
kind of authorious. At this time, my son's father actually felt like, do it, get it out of your system. Stop holding yourself back. Try. You want to try? I'll take you. For 2 nights. First of all, the first day, me never know say I have to go back a second night. So, so them don't throw me all over already. Like, this is authorious. I live in Kingston. I'm going for one. In my mind, I'm going for 1 day. Never realized that if you made it past this 1 day, then you have to film the next night so that the TV version comes so people can vote for you. And then he brought me again the next night. So next day we do the TV version and I sang Natural Woman. No, I lost myself on television. I didn't even realize I was watching that. I was like, who is that person? Like, I sang like I would sing on my veranda. I sang like I would have sung in my bathroom. I felt like I was, and that's when I realized that I perform and I don't just sing. And I never connected that before. So on screen, I now see myself because I forget the screen. I'm gone. So when the live thing came on and they did not vote for me,
Mm-hmm.
everybody in my community was like, what? I mean, I said, listen, unna vote. If only did vote, if all of we in a jungle vote, them gonna get me out of the thing.
Mm-hmm.
So then the call came, like Anthony asked me to come back. I was like, what? I was like, no, 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 this can't be real. Anthony Miller called me back. He said, hey, look, you're gonna stop telling lies. Tap it, tap it, tap it, tap it. So with that second gift, I realized I couldn't waste it. So I went into Rising. Some people think I was competing against other people. No, I was competing with me for the opportunity that I got. It
Yeah.
was never
Wow.
about the other people in the competition. I wasn't there to try and out sing one third. I tried to out sing Natel. I was literally there because I was grateful. And I was grateful that somebody saw me and wanted to give me a second wind. And for me, it's like, okay, give me a second chance. I'm going so hard that you are going to be proud that you gave me the opportunity. And I know when Mr. Miller sit down, he's everything like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to
Mm-hmm.
disappoint you. I'll not let you leave feeling that you wasted this opportunity on me. And I gave it my all.
When did you realize that we had all fallen in love with you? When did that hit you?
Let
I'm
me tell you,
serious.
it was during one of the tours, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm standing, it was way in this community in Manchester, all the way up in the hills. So in my mind, me a one lone girl, wanted a tree at man, but then I
Yes, yes.
I walk like everybody got it at this bar because remember I grew up with like corner shops and stuff. So when I go to those communities, I don't feel no way. I feel very comfortable. So me walk down at the shop, gone buy juice, left everybody. When I go there, the bartender freaks out, and me stand up there, wonder, oh, sure, wants to over. I know somebody just gonna buy a juice, like, oh,
Yeah.
so. And she goes off and they just start call people to the bar, and I'm standing there like, all I want is a juice, please, and thanks for operator. So, and the bar became when I said crowd, Peter, I mean crowd, till the doors, I couldn't come out. So I had to stand up in the bar and sing. And I was like,
Yeah.
whoa, you guys, I think it shook me so much that when I got back, because they had to come for me because the crowd had bill. So they came for me and I went back in the bus and I sat and I bawled. Like I bawled. Like this is because when the bus stopped, everybody's one third, one third. So I didn't feel anyway. Because like it's
Mm-hmm.
true, I know. And I'm trying to add people. And I'm mostly
Mm-hmm.
woman. I'm just grateful for eating at the bus. That is number one. Because when it done, I will write one hot song on one third. I from the
Mm-hmm.
think when I sing it a lie on a tell. Because that was my position. I was like, we don't want add because we have to sing one of my song and me write it. So no, go along go add. Me need uno to add because I go sing my song.
So I suspect that because you're in the space of being in the moment, meaning you're in the contest, you have to be practicing, getting ready, etc. You weren't seeing the impact you're having on us people. Like me.
I
Uh,
was still going downtown, going into the market. I didn't. The thing is, people thought I did this HIPAA campaigning. I did not. I was living in Waterford at the time, and the community started to support me. And for me, I was sitting there like, what? What's going? And they started to keep this thing, Nickeishia Wednesday. People thought I was keeping. I was like, no, like the people in the community came and asked me if we could keep something on a Wednesday night. And say that true, man, I have nothing for the Wednesday night. I just
Mm,
put the body around there and stand up with the people in. That be
mm,
it. But it became this big thing where a lot of people from my community at Arnett Garden started to come into Waterford every Wednesday. It was this big thing. And I was like, whoa, and people were pooling money together to vote. And for me, that was the difference. That was the excitement of the competition. That's when I started to see that people wanted to see me progress. People wanted to see me win. And it shifted me because now I was
yeah.
like, okay, another level. I can't disappoint Uno. I can't disappoint Anthony. Can give me the second win. Una back me. I can't disappoint you. And remember, I'm coming from a space where people don't have it. So to see them come together and vote for me, that changed my life. So every Sunday, I sang like my life depended on it. Even the song selections, I picked songs that I knew that it would bring me to that place because that's what music always did for me. It shifted me. So I'm not when pick a song like popular, everybody gonna sing it. I sang songs that I knew that when I sang them, you would be transported somewhere. And I
But,
realized that that's what people fell in love with.
but this was the thing about you, though. I mean, that's why I said we connected with you. We connected with you from the first moment. And I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about the royalty. All of us.
Yeah,
We fell in love with you, and there's this thing about you that the first time I met you, what was, I interact with many artists from across the globe,
yeah.
and one of the great gifts that some artists have, not many have this, is some artists have the ability to make you feel as if you and them band go together, up together, when they go to school, when they go down a river bank, when they catch tiki and fry, when they do everything, make dumpling, everything, and this remarkable capacity. The first time I met you, I felt like, yeah, we actually grow together. Ochi. We actually grew up in our Ochi.
Oh, my God.
In our Ochi.
Yes.
And it's a gift. It's an amazing gift that you have. Explain to me, how is it that Nikisha, you have evolved and grown, but
Mhm.
still remain grounded? How have you managed to do that?
Jungle, Arnett Gardens, my family. My mother won't allow you to have a big head moment to save your life.
Yes.
No, this spot's not entertain you.
Mm.
Listen, during Rising Stars and even after, I used to still have to wash the plate and scour the pot. Like, are you last meat? Are you the pan plate duty? Are you hear my sister shouting from upstairs? Are you supposed to score the pot, you know? And I'm like, all right, me have it. Me just come from big at show and I don't shell down the place, you know. I'm there in the kitchen, I score the pot. So there was never something in my mind that says I was above anybody. And then because of how I grew up too, I grew up with a lot of issues with where my dress was something that was used to discriminate or to hold me back. So whenever I'm in a space, I want you to feel comfortable because I know what it is to be uncomfortable. I don't want you to ever feel like I'm above you, so you have to try and reach me somehow, because that also makes me uncomfortable. Because that means if I'm high above you, there's a way to cut my foot from underneath me to trap me on the face, and I don't ever want to have a situation. I'm in a space where I can't trust the people around me. So even like the people who you see me go out with, I don't want to be the one that's singled out because of a talent that God gave me. I want to be a part because I'm also human. And you
Yeah.
have your talents and gifts. It may not be something that's on TV, it may not be something that's public, but we all have gifts. And I don't want to ever feel like you're trying to reach me because that's for me, that's a setup. And I don't want to be in that space where you feel uncomfortable, you're not being your true and full self. Come me want bust out a laugh, you know. I may
Yeah.
want you
Yeah.
bust out a laugh.
Yes.
I
Yes.
don't want
Yes.
a
Yes.
place where we're forced to not be our true selves because that caused me not to interact at my best self. I'm not gonna be myself if you can be yourself. Never feel it. And as a creative, I think you understand what I mean. If the
Yeah.
environment isn't comfortable, I feel it right away. And it
Yeah.
throws me off kilter. So you find us even in recordings, I don't record with a crowd because I feel the energy even in the booth.
Yeah.
I feel the energy and it
Yeah.
throws me off big time. And before I go on stage, even with that, I will walk away from my entire team and I go into a little corner to myself. And for years people couldn't understand it. Only the people around me will know that I need a minute just to balance out everything. I don't want to hear the voice in the back of my head saying that, oh, this is gonna happen, this never work out. That I don't want that. I want to be
Yeah.
full, so that when I go on stage, I can empty out all that I need to empty out because I want to give the very best of me. I don't want to go out there calculate. So Lord, my skirt never put, my skirt not look good, my hairstyle not hot. Me no need that. Yeah, you never beat your face enough with your makeup. I want to be so full of love and joy that when I go on the stage, I'm giving you the best of me, the best parts of myself, because that's what I want you to leave with. I want you to leave.
Well, every time I've ever seen you, it's the best. Every time I've ever seen you, I felt that I was at, I don't know, the Waldorf in New York, and I'm seeing Dionne Warwick at her best, or Whitney at her best. It's always been a remarkable experience. You're a beautiful woman in a male-dominated industry, where where
You better
women.
bust out a laugh.
But I'm not quite. But I'm being honest. You're a very attractive woman, and you're in a space where there are many, many men. How has that impacted your artistry, one? And have you had to deal with any challenges, being an attractive woman in a space filled with many men?
I think in any industry, because culturally we have been taught that masculinity means you hunt.
Yeah.
So in any space, I was, because I think I just normal. I don't the whole beautiful and attractive. Me think me just normal, all right. So I don't carry that frame even in my mind. But in any space that you are, you're going to have male and the interactions between male and female, where the man, because of our social, I feels he must hunt. As a woman, you know have to either you go with the hunt or you set boundaries and let them know. So no, this is a lioness. You have to step to me as a lion.
Yeah.
And if it's not a lion, go over there as a hyena, come in do hyena something. It's a lion.
Yes, yes, I like that one. I like that one.
Yeah, man. Because it's a world where people are going to they test you to see where they can go. And I've always learned this growing up. You get what you accept. So yes, they're unequal then
Could you repeat that again? Could you repeat that one more time?
yeah man, you get what you accept.
Yeah.
So there are inequities in spaces of work where where male domination comes up, and the idea of patriarchy is a male dominated space. So there are certain rules that if a man do it, it's all right. If a woman do it, it's all right. A man can do this, but you can't. If you do it, you can't be a lady. All of them nuances there, I don't pay them no mind, because for me, it's we're all human. And if you step to me and I feel uncomfortable, I'm going to tell you no. The part is,
Yeah.
I've told people that I'm uncomfortable.
Okay. Okay. Yes.
It has placed me in a precarious space where I don't want to use the term blacklisted, but where it has been said that I'm feisty, it has been
Mhm.
said that I can be aggressive, because I will tell you if me I mean I will tell you in a crowd, Mr. say you do it in a crowd and you're not listening to the one I wait for free. I'll tell you that the crowd say, hey, yeah, make me uncomfortable, ease up. I should go so. Then I like the energy the way I come with. But I would try my
You're,
hardest not
you're assertive. You're assertive,
to.
which I think any human being should be.
We should be,
We
because
should be. You must be assertive. Yeah.
my thing is, in the space of music, I am not there. Yes, I want success, and yes, I want to be the best artist possible, but I don't want to do that at the discomfort of not being able to sleep at night in my bed, because I made some choices that were outside of my character.
Right.
And
Awesome.
I've had I've had I've had persons in the space of music who are at the very top of the music business say to me, "I can make you number one," and I was like, Jesus, who you gonna make number one? How Jesus work that? You can't do that. If Jesus want me number one, you can't stop it, There's
So,
nothing you can do. It's
yes,
like,
you can say.
from here, original. If Jesus put it on my lifeline to be number one, nothing you do can't stop me. But you are not Jesus, so you cannot make me number one. And if he's going to use you to help me, there's nothing you can do that will not make, whether you have fight against me, realize a fight is supposed to promote me, but he will use you. So I haven't gotten in the frame where I worry about that. And I too understand that sometimes out of desperation, people step outside of them character, whether it's men or women, in the space of music or in the space of work, where you
Yeah.
make
We
choices
yeah.
where you make choices when I really that you want to do, but say
Yeah.
that you are say, you
True.
want to put food on the table, you have a pitting them for feed, you've made some choices. But for me, for the Miss Patsy thing, I would rather find another means to generate an income than put myself in a situation that makes me very unhappy about the thing that I love. because I love music and I don't want to have the regret of being in a space where every time I think of it, it comes with some nuances. I don't want that.
Yeah.
I don't want to cloud it. It's already cloudy and full of murk. Me don't want to add to it.
That's true.
Yeah.
You know, that I really like the clarity of that answer because I ask every woman that I speak to on this format. I mean, because I know that many women have these challenges.
Yeah.
Two more things I want to ask you very quickly before I speak to my brother. And then I'm going to ask you to wait because I want the two of you to talk to us about you. Now, beg you know.
Alexa make me bust out and laugh.
Yes.
I see.
You know. Damn right, I did it. That's my best, Lexx. That's my best, Mr. Lexx. How has motherhood changed you?
Oh wow. Being a mommy transformed me, Peter. And I'm not joking.
Yeah.
I had made up my mind that I wanted success come what may. And my idea of success was very materialistic at an early age. Very materialistic because of where I came from. I thought the big house, the big car, those fancy things meant I was successful. Being his mom means I'm successful. Yeah, man. Knowing that he's okay and he forced me to be humble. There was a sense of humility in provision for him that
Yes.
it took away all that materialism and it forced me to see life and humanity and helped me to recognize that he is the key and I need to nurture relationships over material things. So I find that I don't give present, I give my presence and I'm there. Like if you call me, if me your brethren, I'll if you're Westmoreland, Amoka Fest,
Mm-hmm.
and you need me assist, I will turn
Mm-hmm.
up. Because for me, that's a success.
You're about to make me cry, you know. I'm not cry for something. You know. Now make me cry, you know. Nikki. Now happen.
No, because Peter, remember, if me think say material things, then me I go feel like a failure. Because remember,
Yes.
when I buy my mother a big house, me not have a big car I drive. If I start to equate my success to those things and not the facts that me can go my mother yard and lay down in her bed and me and her can hug up and chat for hours.
Yeah.
If I don't equate that, then I won't transcend. And remember, all the things where you think in life that are material, you have to first ground them in relationships, and then all those things will be added onto you. So
That is true.
eventually, yeah, man, eventually them things will come, but then me I gonna know say me and my mother can reason at the big car. So me
Yeah.
not got the big car, mommy not there. It's gonna come with a foundation that me can hug up my mother and me and her can have cause she did another little pot. Then
Mm-hmm.
why God now God bless me to get a big car if she not a big car with the seat a warm up and somebody open the door for me.
Yes.
God
Yes.
now God bless you, man. I mean if you just thank him for the little pot and me and her can go and rope trip and roll. And then when the big car come in our same way now in that nice fancy car.
It's evolution though, you know. You're
Yeah.
evolving. And you know, we as human beings, we're trapped in this Western. I have to be very careful what I say. We're caught in this concept.
I see I try frame.
I have to be very careful. We're caught in this concept of success that is truly wrong and off. Health, happiness, peace of mind,
Yeah.
lack of
That's
stress
the way. That's the
is
way.
actually success.
Yeah.
That's actually success. You know, okay. I'm going to bring on damn right, I did it. Mr. Lex.
I look here.
I'm going to ask you because I wish I could talk to you for another 2 hours because there's so many things. One question, someone just, hey, the man say, are you available?
I
What,
don't
what,
available.
what do you mean by if you're available? No furniture. What do you mean if you're? I guess he means, are you taken? Are you involved at this moment in your life?
Yeah, them say me have struggling dating. Me not have the modern dating thing with the text message and text message. Something me not and the social me not so up with it. Me not. My old school. Call me on the phone so I hear voice when you chat foolishness. My ears pick it up. So that sound the way you make, that is a liar sound. Me need to come out of the phone. Yeah, man. Me can't read the lies in the text message.
Nikki, you know, say, listen,
I'm not good with modern day dating.
yeah, do you know?
Struggle.
Meet people online,
Yeah.
fall online, get married, and then
I
they
don't know.
Can't work.
Shower. Because you fell in love with an idea on social media. It's not the real, genuine person. So yeah, man, go on with your advice in the phone so me can say no, you're a
I
liar.
agree. I
That is
agree.
I tell me say something right in your tone of voice.
I agree. All right. Thank you so very much. Please
Thank you.
talk to my brother.
So
And then,
tell him something there. I'm not going nowhere. Me there sit.
yes. All right. All right. Love you, people. The amazing Nickeishia Barnes. The one we love her. Bridget, what's going on? Welcome. BSCD, big up yourself. You see, some have a girl pandit. The girl there, you know. She there. See? It was a false advertising.
No false advertising.
No, you know, say back in the day, you know, remember one time me did go Mandeville. Then time the music eat meat. So me go Mandeville, me go in a KFC. I'm going to KFC, people them look vex. Vex.
Yeah.
Look so. What look so? Cause you know the one big KFC them time in the Mandeville.
Wonderful.
So me wonder how the people them look
Hey,
so.
long time.
One man walk over, the man say, singer, never like what you do, you know. I'm say, what me do? You have money come watch it for the show, man, and you know turn up.
Turn up, brethren. I mean, people don't feel
Straight
apologize.
up. The man carry the flyer come show me. And you see me, huh?
Bigger style.
And listen, so me I tell basically say, I know false advertising, she there. Mr. Lexx, hold on then.
So let me mute out and
You
turn my
know, you
camera off.
know. Hold on, not gone away yet. Let me just make me know say with me ready feel now. And he did, you know, the whole time in the day. He waiting.
He's been waiting.
What are they?
I'm now waiting there.
Wait. All right, so we can ask two more questions we want to ask. All right. Now wait for him to answer.
Okay.
Nikki,
Yes.
the transition from rising stars into recording music.
Mm-hmm.
How many people are able to successfully make that transition? What was that transition like for you?
Rough. It was rough. I think because I never really understood the studio because
Mhm.
there's so many nuances in recording that when you're
Mhm.
in the actual competition, it's a live show. So you get a different feel. So like with live and television, I'm ready to go. Ping, good to go. Me know my markers, them which camera for looking now, how to fix my face here. But in the recording studio, you're forced to be deliberate. And I think we weren't we weren't developed in that way, coming from that talent show perspective. They never had experience with studio. So I had the experience of working with Donovan Jermaine, who was very to the point and unafraid to tell me when me I go out madness.
Yeah.
Unafraid to say to me, say, your hat. Right, that's all red. Where you ball out for? That is not a high note when you're shouting. And I stood there like, oh. And he would say to me, so you just did a demo. So I'm going to have the engineer give it to you on a CD and you're going to go
Yeah,
home.
listen to it.
And listen, I was in there for like 5 hours. So me take me down. I'm quarter sweat. And he was
What
like, so
about the radio play and promoting the track and because I mean many you're one of the few persons you Chris very few, Noddy it's a limited amount of people have come out of Rising Stars who have all of you very talented but you're one of the few that has maintained that career. You're still here with us and you put out tracks you know Rock of Ages, you know other songs that you put out that have done very well. What would you advise anyone coming up doing Rising Stars at this point after they have won or they've come second or third, making that transition? What would be the most important bit of advice you're going to give them?
go and get development, go and get voice training, go and learn to do interviews. And if there are other things on your career path, because don't feel limited in this one box of multiple streams of income in you, go and explore the other aspects of yourself that will help you to have more passion for music. Because being in another space helped me to realize how passionate I am about music, and it helped me to have some network and some other interests that allows me to also earn. Because if you're coming in to think, for some people, one shot go and they're successful. Some of us have to build, and our journeys are different. So develop voice training, do what the Comos used to do, or run on a treadmill and sing. You have a backyard
Yes.
kid running in your backyard and sing. You're going to need it. Because if it is that you plan to be the big success that you see Beyonce and Rihanna have, you said it earlier, people don't see how the building was built. They see the
In the
building.
city homes. Yeah.
Them just see it and know say a whole heap of construction and a whole heap of misstep and a whole wall did have to knock down. Go and do that, because if you want to be that big success, be on the stage where you see a big building. We have to learn
All
to
right.
do
Thank you.
2 hours.
Thank you. No move. No go away. Love you, love you, love you. Love you like how me love. Me not suggest veggie chunks, I know you like veggie chunks. I tell the truth. But thank you so very much. Okay, people, we were just talking to the one and only, the remarkable Nickeishia Barnes, Jamaica's love. We love her. We love this woman. Beautiful person, mother, super talented, humble, remarkable intelligence, assertive, strong, powerful woman. The perfect example of what we want from the little girl. Like, you know what I'm saying? She turn up and she hold the thing. And if Anthony Miller ever sees that, Anthony, thank you for bringing her back, because I did vex forever. And I never ever forgive her. No, we never bring her back. All right. Up next we have at one point he was called the Prince of Dancehall. Really, in my opinion, an artist who also transformed dancehall, and we're going to talk a little bit about how he did this and how he changed the process. In the late 1990s, this king came along and thief all the woman them art. Every woman fall in love with this man, and that voice, that deep baritone, his ability to write any kind of rhythm, the catchiness of his songs, it was just different, new and fresh. He changed the game, and I mean, a lot of the young acts right now probably don't even realize what this gentleman did. He was initially called Lexus. He's now known as Mr. Lexx. So, we're going to bring on the boss, Mr. Lexx.
Oh,
Boss!
it's still dark.
It's still dark. It's still dark. We don't see you. Because I know have some come girl there cuss me and I say, "We can't see Lexus." Yeah. So, as I said, brilliant songwriter, changed the game. And the thing about it is that when people do great things, especially if they do it in a seamless manner, sometimes you don't even realize that they were able to do this. And in the late 1990s, he really did change the way dancehall came across, the way it was delivered, the packaging of the dancehall artists. Yes, my boss, sing it better now. So, without further ado, we want to pick up the man himself, Mr. Lexx.
Yeah. Well,
Boss.
I'm trying to get you some light, man.
Yeah, man, we are see you, man. We are see you. Let me just get the first thing out of the way quickly. I know you went to Excelsior, am I correct?
Yeah.
All right, Excelsior High School.
Actually,
Yes.
No, it was Rollington Town Primary, then Trenchtown Comprehensive. Then after that, I did a 1-year course in hotel managing, waitering, and catering around a Boys Town Training Center, and then I did the Excelsior College thing.
Okay. So I missed the whole them first three school there.
Yeah, me do a couple school too.
Big up. What kind of family you came out of? I mean, what kind of, what are your siblings?
At the time, I came from a very poor family, very poor. At the time, my mom had 3 of us. I'm the eldest, and a sister and a brother. At that time, growing up in the garrison communities of Mountain View, East Kingston.
Right. So that means as the eldest one, you get blamed for everything, like how me get blamed for everything.
No, you know what? Growing up though, I was manageable. I was the manageable one, So my grandma loved me, and my mom loved me and stuff. I never met my father till I was 18.
Oh. What was that? What was that like when you met?
I was
angry. Were you angry?
No. I never was angry. I didn't even question it. I just know that, you know what? My father and him come back now, so all right, let's just do the rest of this. You know, so I wasn't even angry at or nothing, and what he didn't do for me, he does all of that for my kids. Like
Oh,
he's
nice. We love that.
like for my kids, he's like the most awesome granddad. So I love him for that too. And we have a very great relationship right now.
Yeah. Amazing. Amazing. So let me just jump straight into the meat of the matter. I saw you on an interview the other day, and I saw a clip of an interview. You were talking about American Virgin and music field, and the truth is, me did their own from in the early 1990s. So I saw the rise of Lexus. I saw, first of all, you came along in a space and you broke the dominance of Killer, Mounty Killer, and Beaneman. That's a fact. Before you came along, it was a Mounty Killer and Beaneman. That was just it.
For like
Other people in the space
for like 10
changed it.
for like 10 years, it was just Bounty Beanie, and then every now and then I want you to get a bus. I think before me it was Zebra.
Yeah.
And then the year before Zebra it was Vegas.
Mhm.
Yeah, but then when me bus now in 1999, like I didn't know I was supposed to go along with the protocols,
Yeah, explain what you mean by that when you say go along the protocols. Explain.
Well, like I said before, it was just these two people, and they was just like the giant, and they was just like caged up the whole industry. So nothing happens without them. You know what I mean? And then I came on the scene with no help from either one of them, with no assistance or no help from either one. I just boom out of the space and just separate that whole thing. You know what I'm saying? And then I was like, yo, you know what? My friend them can't add to. Me not like the feeling of me alone at. Like when time out 3-4 of my friend them at. So I started, bringing my friend them, So when I started picking up momentum, I started dragging my friends with me. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people get, a whole heap of youth start to get a buzz now, like, Mad and Joe. Are you named Mad and Joe? Are you named and you must say a portion of youth, who are 21 them. Just like a whole heap of youth. Some of them start bringing, and then so a portion of youth start all the vibes now, and they was like, oh, so the whole thing where two people dominate and the whole thing there, it was no longer. Because now them realize all 5-6 people can at one time, and it's no problem. You know what I'm saying? So that's one change that I can make. That's one change that them not give me props for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, you can show them say, yo, like 7 we can at one time, man, and the whole of it enjoy, man. One man gone and Europe, man gone and so man gone around. So the world big enough for all 9-10 away at one time. You know what I'm saying?
So you broke the rules. You broke.
So from this up, like, people start light them torch and fall. Backstage in the industry, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and we know the thing, bro.
And so the next thing again, remember someone come change the whole floor. Oh, everybody DJ because
that's one of the things I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, so when time I come bus with that thing with my floor now, it's like Ira. Yeah, this is what Ira Peter from your youth. I don't know, man. But I always feel like me a smarty. I don't know. When I go high school, when I go high school, first of all, never entourage from my high school, from me in high school, because I was the baddest little DJ, and it's just like I love attention. So anytime I see the circle, I always mean at the middle. You know what I say? Whether I get joke or whatever, you know what I say? So
hold on, let me stop you for 1 second. You know who told that? You named Lexx Nickeishia. I don't know if you remember it yesterday. Lexx Nickeishia said from him know you.
From Trenchtown?
Him say yeah. Like you
that's
him say you used to roll like a Dan.
Yeah.
People that
and guess what? Like I said, when I go to school without lunch money, because me was one of them youth that were my mom more time she not no lunch money, so but me never really care about that. I didn't care about that. I wanted to go to school. You know what I say? I just up so more time without lunch money. I walk from Mountain View, go all the way to I cut out a route from Mountain View all the way to Trenchtown school. So you know what I say? And then by the time I get to school, me have my friend them where I go buy me lunch and we good and everything. And I mean, you know what I say? I just never wanted to stay home. I just never wanted to be around the whole garrison and the whole something there. You know what I say? And so anyway, with that said, I always watch the interviews with enough of the artists them before me. I always cringe. You know what I say? It's like, either them not answer the question properly or them just a sound. You know what I say? It's just like, and so I was like, so I never wanted to be like that. That's the first thing. So I always tell myself, so yo, when I get my interview them, I wanna, you know what I say?
Yeah.
Be interviewed properly. You know what I say?
You want to be articulate and
get the things properly and sound professional. You know what I say? So that was one of the thing. So and the next thing now is I wanted to sound different. I never want to sound like everybody else. I wanted to carve out a sound for myself, which is why, I said, all right. She used to go overseas from before my boss and them thing then. So but they kind of have the little Yankee talk and they kind of have that little accent thing from a longer time still is. So I was like, yo, you know what? Let me just try carve out a little thing for myself. So that's why I'm create a little flow. And I say, hey yo, Sonny, first of all, give me my money. I use my money and I make the whole place, but me and now funny. See that when I get my money from me. Can I make some money, that I'm with it. 10 gal greedy, damn right, I did it. You know what I say? And then we shoot the video in New York, and them time that so that again, when we come change, that video changed the whole way how people shooted videos again. That's something not a props them not give me again. But anyway, you know what I say? So when we shoot the video now, one thing, it was like, people never used to do the whole limousine in a video and then thing the time and so it was crazy. It was a phenom. And then the whole accent thing was just a phenom. It was just like a whole phenom because everybody was like, yo, a foreign artist or I was like, nah, Jamaica I come from still, man. But that make a thing different. And after a while it working. A lot of people that cost still, and just like all them pressure the new youth them say, this it not this and it not that nowadays. The same time the pressure me, but him a rapper and him a going like he want to change the business and cheat and that, and I was like, I'm never really business with them. I just do want to do my thing. And so and as a matter of fact, all of them DJ there, we hear a DJ about I started that.
This is one of the things I wanted to bring up because we sometimes in our space, in our industry, is we don't speak truth to justice, if you get what I say. The fact is you did change the absolute flow of DJing. I saw you doing that. First of all, it became more melodic. You switched the flow, and you're right. We weren't sure if you're Jamaican or not, and not because of an accent really, but because of how you were almost counter the rhythm. Like everybody now, they would just sit on the rhythm. You were riding the rhythm, but you were almost counter. The flow was almost counter the rhythm, so it was very different. And you're right. When I listen to like a screaming rate, and they say, what are you tell? But it started with you. And this is the truth. And that's why I wanted to talk to you, because sometimes you're not true business, boss. We're not really.
Yeah, like what? It's because I guess it's because me I'm not one of them artists that will go out for the props. You know what I say? I rather wait until people give me my props. You know what I say? And I'm cool with that. Like, if
but
you
that don't work. That don't work. Yeah, that don't work in today's world.
You know what? You know what? Before my grandmother passed away, may she rest in peace. Me and her talk, and this live with me until the day I die. She said, Chris, it don't matter what you're doing. If even if you're not the best at it, at least be one of the best. And that never left me. You know what I say? I in a real life, Peter, me never start DJ because I wanted to be the richest or I wanted to be the best DJ or the number one DJ. If that come, that would be just extra. You know what I say? If that, you know what I'm saying? If all of that come, what I wanted when I started doing this, it was just I just like putting smile on people's face. I just like, where the first stage show I go was Sting 87. I watch, I think, a 40 audio with Admiral Bailey, Professor Nuts, Lieutenant Stitchy, and Papa San. Yeah. And that was the most amazing thing for me. The most amazing thing, but the backdrop and to all the stage set, it wasn't really all that. You know what I say? And then, so when me boss now, I wanted to change. I wanted to change all of that. So I was probably one of the first artists that was sent for pyro people from foreign. Remember, Mr. Blow up my stage,
Yes,
them,
yeah.
blow up my stage, man. You know, I used to tour with, you know, my dance group. Them, I was, you know,
Yep.
choreograph, not just people just dancing them, but just choreograph in my set, in my show. You know what I say? And I started doing that, but I realized that I was setting the bar a little bit too high for some people. You know what I say? And the jealousy and all of that come together. It's like, whoa, and he's just like, oh man, Peter, you can't imagine the fight I'm gonna get as a youth in the industry. Where I never fight, First of all, I never disrespect an elder artist yet. Every elder artist I'm gonna come across have mad respect for me because I give them mad respect. You know what I say?
Yeah.
I never try to stop no other artists. Like, first of all, I never felt threatened by another artist. It don't matter who he is. I don't care who he is. You know what I said? I never feel threatened. Come in, yo, you can do your thing, and me can do my thing. It's different. You know what I said? So when I start do all of them things, you know, it's just like a whole heap of jealousy start build up in the industry, and then the girl them start say, I'm me the girl them artist now, and me I take the artists them from certain art, not take the girl them from certain artists. That started to create
That's true.
And that started to create a demon on me for no reason at all, because I was just doing my thing, you know what I said? But even though my mom got me a tear off my shirt, because I wanted to do a show, you know what I said? I wanted to give the people a show. That's why the people them always fuck up my show. You understand what I said? And me never know, so me that create demons with me. You know what I said? And going along the way, it's just like all of a sudden me just come from foreign and ears to me and a big artist a war. And I'm like, what? You know what I say? You know, and the artist tore up on my name with some, you know, dragging my name through the gutter, just like, you know, being disrespectful and just for no reason. And then this man never have a problem, right? I don't know. I'm like, what, really? You know, and that was a messed up phase that I had to go through for no reason at all. You know what I say?
Are you comfortable telling us who that artist was? Because I think it'll be cool now.
Yeah, that was Born to Killer. Everybody knows Born to Killer.
All right.
You know what I say? And so like I thought it was really unfair to me, because it's not like me and dude have an issue. You know what I say? But just come from foreign one day and this ear say, me and dude in a problems, and I'm like, oh. But that all of that is behind me though. Like, I put that behind me. The only reason why we're not cool, is because I'm the only artist where him disrespect when I run back into him. You know what I mean?
Right, I get it.
And I always tell him in the interviews, I tell him directly or indirectly, like, dude, you have to apologize to me publicly for me and you're cool. That's never gonna happen unless me and you're cool. I mean, I'm a big man. You know what I mean? Like, you disrespected me publicly. You can't apologize to me behind screen and, man, you're cool now.
So you're saying that after all this time, because the last time I saw you out publicly was like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
When they nothing remember. I think a Waterhouse, some days thing or some one of them something there. Big dance when they did have. Yeah, it was a sound clash. The last time I see you. Years ago.
Okay.
I don't know when I'm worried about. Look up the house. And I saw you and Killer side by side, so I thought, good. Everybody good now, you know, because we are big people. When we're younger, we go through the
there's no vibes. There's no vibes between us as far as I'm concerned, as far as I know. No, there's no vibes. But I'm not gonna if me and him have to work together for the best interest of our industry, I probably would. That doesn't mean we have to be friends. We don't have to be friends, but as long as it needs, we need to do this to benefit the industry, then I'm cool with that. So, I be the bigger man that, we in a venue, we're good. He's right there, I'm here, I'm good. We're not to be friends. We're not to be cool. You know what I'm saying? You say this, we're good. You know what I'm saying? Me not the vibes like more hurting the artist or more doing the artist nothing. Me not depend that. You understand?
I've never got that vibe from you as a person anyway. I've never gotten that.
Nah, because, not at the least I'm worries, man. Like, people wouldn't understand. People wouldn't understand the frustration that I got you and the stress that I got you, because 90% of the time people see me and smile. 90% of the time. And I'm not the one Like I'm not the one who ball out, but yo, you know what I mean. I said, but and go to people and with my troubles and stuff like that. So like I said, 90% of the time people see me as smile, but I got you a lot because it get frustrating to know, like, you know, people I say them now do the stage show if I'm on it, and if I'm on the stage show, them now do it. You know what I'm saying? And you know, producers
I
want
never
to
know that was happening. I never know that.
yeah, yo, you know, producers want to record me, but because I'm already on the beat, you know, certain people not record on it, or you know, if certain people already record on it, I can't be on it, and you know, it's like a whole for a whole lot of time. You know what I'm saying? And it's like like one of one of the time like yo, it's crazy. Like people actually are paid. Not like I don't know, man, but it's like people actually are paid for me to not get played in places like you know. It's just like a whole, and I'm gonna sit down and watch all of that. I do mean, I'm like, all right, but you see, because the street, you see, because the street love me, and we say I'm sure the street genuine love. So the street hold on to me. Cause if I never feel the street, you know, I probably wouldn't even be relevant right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, it's crazy, man. But like Mr. Still, the reason why me just hold us still, I told dude like, yo, dude, you know, they forgot to apologize to me publicly, and then we good. But other than that, you know, there's no vibe still. You know what I'm saying? There's no vibes. I'm good. And I'm good. You know, the only what hurt me about what hurt me about the whole situation. What hurt me about the whole situation, and this is why, and this is why I don't deal with them. And this is the main reason why I don't deal with them. You know what I mean? Like at the time, my kids them I go school, yo, and it started affecting them because there were days when my kids come home and they don't want to go to school because you know there were other kids that teased them about them father this and them father that, and my second son, like he have the temper for everybody in the world. So him always end up a fight some kid for some shit they said about his dad. You know what I say? And you know, like that fears, that look of fears that it really hurt because my kids never deserved that, bro. You know what I mean? My kids never deserve that, yo. Like, why did my kids have to go through that just because some dude trying to ride off of my hype, forget the hype and eat food, you know? And that's what really that's what really hurt me. There was like I remember one time my son sitting down and he was like, "Dad, I don't want to go to school." And I was like, "Yo, you have to go to school." You know what I'm saying? And they didn't deserve that, bro. You know, for no reason at all. You know what I'm saying?
I understand.
And a
As
lot
a
of time,
parent, I would understand that.
and a lot of time we talk about the whole earth and this, and people be like, "Yo, you can't let it go no man." Yeah, because you know, because the whole facade they were, you know, in create and people fall underneath that whole facade and be like, "Yo, are the this and the that and the that, man." But like I say, screw that, man, nigga. You're gonna have to apologize to me for me to be cool. But anyway, screw that. We you know past that already. Been go past that and done that.
Well, I mean, you know, I mean, myself and Nikki mentioned this earlier that one of the
Oh,
things.
hi Nikki. My bad. My bad.
No,
Hey Nikki, what's up?
I don't know. She's not here. She's gonna come back up in a few seconds. I'm sorry, my bro, but she probably watching more than likely. She's
Oh,
watching.
so the three of us can be on one time?
Yeah, yeah. I want us on in a few seconds.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
I'm not sure what happened.
Yeah, yo. So that was a really a tough time for me though. But you know, we go past that, and during them time, I still made some major achievements. You know, people seem to ignore that too. But I'm probably one of the I'm probably one out of two artists who have ever been nominated for MTV Awards. You know,
Yep,
that's
yep,
like
yep.
you know what I'm saying?
Congrats. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a while ago, but still, that's a big deal. That was a very, very big deal.
Yeah, yo, and I did the Anything Goes with Wayne Wonder, Noriega and Capone. You know that song fueled the
Yeah,
Def Jamaica album for Def Jam to a Grammy
yeah, man,
nomination,
yeah, man. Yeah, I
and
remember.
that was big too. You know what I'm saying? And you know, like I've had my own fair share of achievements,
But you've always stayed relevant. I know the other day, one of your songs was used by, I'm trying to remember which was it, the car company.
Oh yeah, Yeah, so yeah. Let me tell you about that though. That was exciting. Even though, so it's like I did the song named Bad Boys because always I get the song that in the Bad Boy movie with Will Smith and
Right.
so I did that song hoping that we could, and we did submit it to Bad Boys. Man, come on, Martin, come on, Will. I was supposed to use my song. Yeah, but anyway, so I did the song named Bad Boys for these young producers who like the young hot producers in Colombia. And yo, the song shot to #1.
Nice.
And okay, listen to Peter. In 2017, I had the #1 song in Colombia for like 2 weeks. And when we said the #1 song, I'm not talking like #1 song on a dancehall chart or
the top chart, the chart.
I'm talking like the #1 song in Colombia.
Wow.
You see me?
Wow.
And we got nominated for the Shock Awards for 2018, which was what was done in 2017. And so the Shock Awards is like South America's equivalent to MTV Awards. Yo, and I was the closing performer, yo.
Nice.
I was the closing performer. That was really big. That was like I can't even imagine to everybody sat down and wait for me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I didn't win, but it was a win just being nominated. You know, it was a win again for me. You know what I'm saying? And I got the music. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, that was a big achievement. So the song went really big in South America, and so Fiat, the car company, they decided to use it for the 2018 campaign.
Nice.
So that was a very, it was shown like in about 120 odd countries in the world. So that was a big look for me, and
that's a huge deal, bro.
That was a big look. Like, it was like the main ad.
Yeah, that's the thing about you that I've always admired. The fact is that you have stayed relevant. Your music is you're consistently here, and sometimes I wish I would hear more in terms of like that achievement. The whole Jamaica supposed to know that, the whole world supposed to know that you did that. You telling me that is the first time I'm knowing that you got that nomination. I should have. I tried to,
Yeah, like I said, I'm not really one of them artists that will be like, yo, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. It's like, man, I did it. So, I'm not the one who's gonna go there and grab my props and them thing there, because it's not gonna look real. I'd rather sit and wait till the people and give me my props. It might take a little while, but hey, they might want them. I forgot give me. One day they will give me, and I'm comfortable with that. You have to earn respect. You see what I'm saying?
That's true.
You can't buy it or beg it. You have to earn the respect, and I'd rather earn it. You see what I'm saying?
No, you had a little issue in the US that I know was resolved. I know it was resolved because.
But what's that?
Well, I mean, I was told that
you mean the sexual assault charge?
Yeah, which I thought, I'm going to be honest with you, at the time I thought it never made sense to me logically.
Yeah, it was crazy. That was
okay, but you were exonerated. Am I correct?
Yeah. Because I didn't do
exonerated.
You know what I'm saying?
But did that impact your momentum, because you had really great momentum at the time?
You know what? That was crazy. That was such a dark moment in my life, yo. Like, oftentimes I try to forget it. I don't even like talking about it a lot. I don't even like talking about it, yo. Because I can't even make sense of what happened. I can't even explain to you what happened. It's just like every time I sit down and think about it, it's like, yo, this has got to be a set. Like, yo, it's crazy. But anyway, yo, it's crazy, yo. I don't even want to get into that. That was a really dark. But at the time, though, I was this is another big achievement again. I was on the road with Major Lazer. Them time the Major Lazer was
that time aware of. I know that.
Was about to bust, and I may have the first big song with Major Lazer get my song, so I can pretty much say I me bust them. Shout out to Diplo, shout out the whole Major Lazer, shout out everybody. You don't know, mad love, mad respect. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, so I had the big song with Major Lazer at the time. That was the same song that got nominated for the MTV Awards, and and. It was so crazy how that happened, yo. It's like it was just so crazy all of that. But thank God you know, everything worked out, and you know, they realized that, you know, no, that it wasn't that, and everything was just.
Were you getting the support from your peers in the industry? Were we supporting?
Yeah, that was one thing. That was one thing that I cried, yo, because like my friend them come out, man, they was like, nah, that's not Lenny. As
Yeah.
bad as things may be, you know, you could say a whole lot of shit about Lenny, but you know, that's not our Lenny. We know, you know, so and even
That's
for
true.
the hype at the time, and at the
Yeah.
time, me and I never even did too great, did too great at
Yeah.
the time, you know. But and even for that, was, you know, what I'm saying, it is like, oh man, but that was, you know, that really touched my heart, because that goes to show that, you know, my friends them know me, you know what I'm saying, because like, yo, come on, like me, like Lenny, like come on, yo, like you know what I'm saying, but you
Like,
know, I
like
don't
I
need.
said, that didn't seem possible to me. That was kind of weird. I
Yeah,
was.
you know, it's just a dark moment for me, and I would think it's a dark moment for the family, for their, you know, the other people's family, and we just, I just want to put a part, you know, in my life, and just, you know, just do away with that. Isn't it?
Let's talk a little bit about publishing. All right,
Yeah.
you went on a rant the other day. You came back on and you corrected the rant. You said
Yo, you know what?
you
You
said
know
you
what?
shouldn't write anything when
A
you're
lot of
drunk,
times I
which was
tweet.
funny.
A lot of times I tweet. People be thinking that I'm ranting. I wasn't ranting though.
Yeah.
But
Uh,
I felt hurt. I felt hurt that you know, like my whole life's work, I'm paying somebody else. You know what I mean? And I felt hurt. And I guess shut mouth don't get fed. So, you know, me doing that, I didn't even know it was gonna be such an impact. I didn't. I really didn't know. But then, I got the call, and you know, we set up a meeting, and you know, we straightened things out. And I can't say a lot in details as far
that's
as
cool.
what's in the
I
meeting
mean,
and
as
stuff.
long as the call made you happy.
But now it's more favorable, and I'm more comfortable with what's on the
Right.
table right now.
That's
You know,
good.
man. So we
Well,
cool. You see, like in all
sometimes
honesty,
talking when you're drunk is actually a good thing.
yeah, for real, for real. Yo, yo, uh, you know, honestly though, I never really had a bad relationship with VP. You know, I never, we never really had a bad relationship. So, but I've seen where, you know, a lot of bad relationships with them, with other artists and stuff, and a lot of things, you know. But it's just for that one glitch, of, you know, signing, you know, a messed up contract in the beginning of my career, and you know, I'm just, you know, I just try to use that for shout out to do enough of the artists them say, yo, look, when I get the contract there, yo, look it over, man. Yo, make sure, man. Yo, check it out. Have somebody, have legal representative, man. Check it out, because, you know, don't think about the money we get right now, and, you know, think about 20, 30 years down the line, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
That's always the trick. That's
yeah,
all.
yeah. So I was just trying to secure, as we would call it, our pension. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Mhm.
And you know what? You know what? You get some check, yo, and you were like, yo, you know, it should, you know what I'm saying? The check the fatter than, you know, you know what I'm saying? But
Listen, boss. I completely the other day out of the blue, somebody linked me about some songs we write in 1993. 1993. And the person say, oh, Ray. I mean, I say, so what between now and then and 1993 and now? But again, you said it. When we get into the business at first, sometimes we make foolish mistakes.
no, it's no secret that our industry wasn't really an industry when it started. It was just some man that make some music and all the
Someone
vibes.
hustle. Someone
And
hustle.
yeah, it was just that. It's just like it's so sad that it take like about um four or three probably about 3 or 4 generation to get this,
Right. Yeah.
because where we at right now, we should have been there this like 4 or 5 generations ago. You
Facts.
understand what I'm saying?
Facts. Yeah.
And,
Facts.
and that was one of the things that me as you were coming out of the industry, you know, it was so sad that the industry tried to shut me out, because I was the one with the vision. Like, you know, the people, some of them try to put to the forefront of our music don't have no vision. You know what I say? One of them film vision of have a table in front of him with buckles and entourage and stuff. The other one just living a film own where we're on a business with nobody. And that's how I live. And that's how the film, you know what I say? And it's just like, it's just like, bro, the music is so much more. You know what I say? Like we could have done so much more, but then man.
But look, I think I have had the experience of having producers offer me contracts and I tell them I'm not really interested. And I've had 3 very prominent producers say to me, your problem is you're too smart, you're too intelligent. So
A producer would learn about publishing and them thing a long time, and before them show it to the artist, share it with the artist, and you know, so them kept it to themselves, so them could have benefit from it, and that's what type of whole heap of thing, and that's why a whole heap of the elder artists them to get the food of them to get this time, you know what I say? And it's unfair,
That's unfortunate, very unfortunate.
Unfortunate and unfair, yo.
Let me ask you this. Well, you know what? Before me even go any further, let me see if I can find this scene. Don't move, my boss. Just looking for this really, really quickly. I want to play something for you, right? Hopefully you can see it. Yeah. Now this is happening right now in Negril. Right now, as we are speaking, in the middle of a lockdown, government lockdown. Where we can't have no party. This is Mocha Fest. It's a 6-day party event apparently that's happening as we speak in Negril. Yeah. Hold on, I'm gonna bring on Queen Nickeishia. Nikki, not hearing you. We're not hearing you.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Hey,
Yeah,
Nikki,
okay.
what's up?
Hi.
So this is So this is happening right now. And as you both know, don't realize it, that the lockdowns have impacted artists probably more than any other group of people. They don't talk about we don't really relevant to what go on. I tour. I make my money from touring, and I can't tour. I can't do no shows, and I mean,
we make money from social gathering.
We make money from social gathering.
Yeah.
Social distancing.
Let me ask you know, in this space that we find ourselves in, right? We are.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. We are in the middle of the pandemic.
Yeah.
Right? And I understand that governments have to do what they think is best and what they think is right. My question has to be, how do they justify this? How do you know say to the man now, because when I remember when we used to do Wally stage show at Jamaica, and you remember when we go there, you have a peanut vendor, you have a pancake, you have a man who are walking. Yeah. You have some if people there they must sell balloon, they must sell you get me I say the promoter artists are eat. Some artists like Lexus have them entourage, right? Me have to figure where that you, Chris. Me have to figure
all right, you know one people me walk with.
One people.
Yeah, one people. I don't have a entourage. I have one.
That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. Yo, you know what my take is? First of all, one of the things that's ruining our society is miscommunication and misinforming. And these people plan their thing. And it's supposed to be a bubble where they don't get to interact with the locals or the local public. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, videos come out, and that's what happened. I'm not speaking in defense of them. I'm just, I'm not trying to justify it either. I'm just saying what it is, because them took all them precautions and everything. And tourist board must have known about it. That's the first thing.
Right.
A lot of people must have known about this. That's the first thing. So I'm thinking like, okay, so if you see, out of the people I'm going to say, I'm pretty sure I just work as, and people who live on the property who are locals. All of them, they're foreign, I know.
Right.
So I'm before we make it talk, Nickeishia, I'm just thinking like, if you are willing And with that said, with our industry, there's millions of dollars being generated from 7 p.m. to 5 a.m. every night in our industry. Whether it be stage show, dance, whether it be liquor selling, but whatever it is, billions of dollars generated from 7 p.m. to 5 a.m. every night. So I'm saying it is better for you to full risk bringing in so much people in our country in a pandemic with all of that something are going on. It is so much better for you to give our industry a chance and I say, all right, here we do. We're gonna lock the bar of them and then we're gonna try with our industry. Mask up everybody, put some wash stand by every corner, make sure everybody wear mask. All right, don't go on anything and make us see what go on. So why you can't try with that? If you can try with that, why you can't try with we? You know what I say?
Yeah.
But again, me as a little artist, I don't know if nobody gonna listen to me.
Nikki? Yes, Nikki.
So this is a conundrum for me because I actually work in the space of public health, and I actually am an artist. So I'm seeing it through the two lens. I'm actually able to speak to the idea of the precautions that are put in place for us as locals and protecting our borders from the public health standpoint. And also agreeing with Mr. Lex when he said it was supposed to be a bubble event where those persons were in a contained space. But then you also have to think about culturally what that says to your people and
Yep.
how are you putting things in place for your people, especially in an industry that has been
Because you lock up the man, you lock up the people, them will keep them look around, them look a drink out, I wait one, man look around, and then you lock up the people, them look at things, but then
I'm thinking
you
of
allow this thing.
yeah, man. And as a junglist, I'm thinking of those industries, those small bars, those small shops that benefit from the entertainment space and how they have had to pivot and adjust to the precautions, like having round robin earlier and the broad daylight, which we know is
Yeah.
not commonplace, but they're adjusting
Yeah,
because
yeah.
precautions are in place. How do we effectively manage the pandemic while keeping our population safe, but also opening the borders so we can make foreign and US dollars?
Yeah,
So it would seem double standard ish, as Mr. Lex would have said. But at the same time, we have to be very
hey,
conscious. Most of these persons, as they say, are not sure. They say
Nickeishia,
they're all
is it
vaccinated.
is it
And
me? Hold on. Is it me or because I feel like I'm me fool, you know? Because first of all, there is no way, and I mean absolutely no way you can control what you can't see. That's the first thing.
True.
You cannot control what you can't see. That is the first thing. So that's how they got us messed up. What about you can't? Oh, you can control something where you can't see. We can't see the virus, so you can control it.
I'm going to jump in there and
You can
say
control people.
um,
You can control people.
that in order to reduce and prevent the spread of the virus, there are measures you can put in place to contain the spread, similar to what they've done with Ebola, similar to what they did with the Spanish flu. We have to, as a people, recognize that even though we can't see it, there are ways to contain and manage the spread. So I think our government is trying their hardest to manage and help us reduce the spread. But also, we are not doing very good when it comes to helping our local persons to move into pivoting in terms of even in entertainment spaces. Like, how do we assist those areas that generate a lot of income for our country that have been heavy hit? What are the plans in place for
Yeah.
artists, for party promoters, for the light man who benefits, like a John Swaby, we set up the festival? How do we connect to those persons in the industry to put plans in place that would allow them to have safe events in the midst of COVID, especially that we're doing our vaccine runs? Can we keep a party that allows us to do vaccines in the party? Can we start thinking in those ways that allow us to then tie in the health promotion aspects for COVID to reduce the virus in our entertainment spaces? Can we ask those hotels that are hosting those events where we're going to have music and all them stuff to have small vaccine areas where persons are allowed to go and get their vaccines in the midst of the event? Can we then start tying in some of those events that when you have those occasions, you print some more mask on the Ministry of Health and distribute at the front gate? As you said, put some wash stands in the midst of
Yeah.
where every now and again you tell the selector, tell them stop the party. Look, go wash your hand, wash your hand, wash your hand, wash your hand, wash your hand.
Okay.
Some of that in the mix, because that's also some activities that can help us to pivot and still open the doors for economy to start flourishing again. So that's
Well,
what
let me jump in. Crazy Chris, which is a big selector down in this part, the west area.
yeah.
They have an annual party that they keep that like the whole week. And when the pandemic started, I know that this time last year they were allowed by the government to put on their party. And what they did is, I mean, it was really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
If say Lexx or you come in a car, the people that come out of the car, they them rope them off and them stay in the car, them have them drinks brought to them, cleaned up.
Yeah.
And they had the event and everybody had a wonderful time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think my concern at this point is this has been going on for over a year.
Yeah.
Over a year now.
So what is the plan?
Yeah.
That is what I'm asking. What
And
is the
it's not every artist is getting royalty checks, and if you might get a royalty check, it's not relevant. Yeah.
a lot?
So people need to be really the musician them out there. I mean, this is really impacting us. And the truth is, me not hear nobody talk about we. Them talk about everybody else, because I think there's a belief that every artist rich, every musician rich, every engineer.
Money. Uno. Not me.
Yeah. Right. I mean, no. Alexa. What?
Huh? What?
What? But it really concerns me, because I don't. When they were giving out money, I know musicians who applied, and I know nothing. They don't get nothing. Nobody even answer them.
Wow.
I think many of us are at a crisis point.
Hey, you know what? I'm old, right? I'm a big man, right?
You're a big man. But about the old part, you're a big man.
Yeah.
But yo,
like you old, me howl. I mean, so,
you know why I try to.
You're grown.
You know why I try to not freaking. You see, to live my life, like I grew up my life, taking care of myself, and then, when I become an adult, I realize I have to pay my bills, and if I don't do what I have to do, my bills now will get paid, because for me, I not really have not done, or no, done bridge, I can go link. Like, I'm see someone lucky if you have some done with them. I never really have that. All of my done them are woman. That's why I give girl my money. Is it matter? I'm not a problem to give girl my money, because I be a girl give me things. No, for real though, in a real life, I be a girl look out for me. I swear to God, yo, if shit should happen to me right now, I could easily think about 7 or 8 girl women know gonna be by my side, and there's no sexual thing attached to that neither. You know what I mean? But
just energy.
But like myself, still, I live my life not even business, but the politician them or what they do or whatever. Because like I said, at the end of the day, I'm here for go feed me pity them. I'm here for go pay me bill them. You know me I say somehow I'm here for go do it. You know. You know me I say me not know about politician handout. You know me I say. Except for they when they want to play, me just take a portion of the money from them. Hey, they be scamming us for a minute, man. I can't scale him back. Hey, what the hell now? You know what I mean? Yeah, so like with how I see a lot of people stress about the government this and like man, we're really in a business with them. If I see in which when we can benefit from them, but just go in and eat my food and move in a business with them. But it really has nothing to do with me. What bothers me is the state of my industry. I say that really bother me. That's what really stressed me out. And the fact that there are so much people doing so much good music and it now get played because of the tight hole where some people who don't have the best interest of the industry have fun the business. Me I say, and until when you like me when time I talk out, they make it look like say like sometimes I don't even want to say nothing, but in the real industry, until you have some people in the industry, we're there for a minute, you see, until them move out of the industry, yo, bro, we're going to be stagnant for a minute, because as far as them concerned is, listen, let's not be hypocrites. You see, right now, in today's industry, you have some people, it's a bubble. With some people have a little bubble in the industry, and if you're not inside that bubble, with them, everybody will tell us to feel like music hard and music and stuff. No, it's not. Music, you know how much billions of dollars making a music a daytime? But you see, just because we not in the boat, you know what I'm saying? And that is so unfair because it's a broad thing, yo. And these people make it feel like that. I promise you on God, yo. And that's why, see, these are the things why I get such a fight in the industry because when time the dust bust dog, I come see them thing and start shout it out and a ball out, say, hey, so when I do that, car, yo, me there somewhere, me there somewhere and see a phone call come in for somebody. And the people them get the phone call for another artist when in a for them camp. And yo, the people them never done till them get the people them for nobody about the artist. When them could have simply get the number and send it and say, yo, send the number here, go and go call them. Them never stop until them change the promoter mind for deal with feed them something. And it's like I'm missing about
let me jump in real quick. I can relate to everything you're saying.
Yeah. And then me go say something, and from me say something, them people that just don't them cut me off. No matter what them people they keep, no matter what me just know them not depend it, me know me not. Like,
but then what we have to do, I think, and I've said this to other artists, I have said this story repeatedly. By the way, Lex, somebody offered you breadfruit. A young lady I said she give you some breadfruit.
I'm a coward.
Age. I don't know what that means. I don't know what it means. But she said she has some breadfruit. I don't know what
take you breadfruit when you're coward.
What's the thanks?
I never hear that one name.
Oh, you know what though? I like roast breadfruit. So
she said, yeah, and that's she said progress blockers. Progress blockers, so that's what she said.
Yeah.
And listen to me. Years ago, I was working in the studio with some prominent people, yeah, and brethren them, yeah, and we had the little thing, yeah. And but they might not know, but I started doing films. I started films before I was doing dancing. I do film and them something along before that.
Yeah, I know you, man. I grew up watching you.
So I decided I want to go tour. So I go to this gentleman now and I say, my boss, I want to go tour, and I know see I want to go tour. So you want you pay my ticket, pay my way, put up myself, you have to pay me. Just give me a 2 tune on the tour. And I say, let me think about it and come back to me about 2 hours later and say, no, we can't carry you. So I said, but it now cost you nothing, and me then at the crew like everybody.
I'm willing to pay for myself.
Yeah, right? Basically, you have to pay me nothing. So
I'm willing to pay my money, yeah.
Me tell you exactly what I do. There was a young lady who used to work for me. She was my PA at the time, personal assistant, and she got Germany and meet a gentleman, and him fatten her up and then move in and then fall in love, and she moved to Germany. And one day she called me and said, boss, why you come to Germany now? I'm saying, no, it's a good idea. So let me tell you what I do. Go to the German embassy. I'm saying, you want a visa. And them give me a visa. And we fly to Germany. And she picked me up. And the night, she live in a place named Bonn. Bonn is right beside Cologne. Cologne is like the entertainment center. And the night Milan, we got about 15 clubs in Cologne and just sing.
Yeah.
Within a week, we just sing for free. We just sing. Within a week, we booked my first club date. The club hold 2,000 people, sold out. Within a month, we booked my first tour of Germany. And I realized, even if there's a bubble, you can't go around it.
Yeah.
And you can't go over it. So me not worry about them.
That's how I've been surviving.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. What that we have to do.
You shut me at the bubble.
I get it. You do your thing. Me do my thing. You get me? I say.
Yeah, yo.
Years me a tour. Years me a tour. Me a do rock festival, pop festival. As what name electronic. I not even know what name. So but me on the festival I sing. You get me?
Oh, you know what?
I sing on electronic. That double thing.
I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed.
But don't understand what I say. My thing is, I refuse to worry. What the song about? Them no worry, we can't worry. Not for my team.
I was about to say, I'm so humbled by the fact that as a dancehall artist, I managed to have a catalog of songs where some of them got embedded in our culture, and fortunate for me, I wasn't only a phenom in Jamaica, I was a worldwide phenom. So based on that, I was able to, even though me get shut out of the bubble, you know, I managed to tour the world, yo. Like I posted on my Instagram about 2 weeks ago, 48 countries I'm going to go sing, you know.
Yeah.
And even when I posted that, there was people in my comments that, oh, you know, mentioned Suriname, oh, you know, mentioned Belly. You know, me, I said, it's like, oh, look, that means there's more where we never go. And for me, that is such a major achievement, not only amongst my peers or, you know, my artist friend, them, but also as a person in the world, because like there are billions of people on the planet. How much people are gonna say them go to 10 countries in the world?
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
you know what I mean? Like Russia, like me a DJ in Russia before, like no other DJ and I go to Russia, like you know, mess with some places. And for me, that's like I'm so humbled by the fact that even in the 2021, you know, if there wasn't a pandemic, I would probably be touring somewhere. You know, so I said that to say this.
You're reinforcing everything you're saying. That
you go around the bubble, yeah, man. You go around the
bubble. No, I wasn't complaining. No, I wasn't complaining about the bubble. You know, I was highlighting that the fact that it is there because people act like it's not. But it is.
Agree.
No,
I agree.
And know it's there.
Sorry,
people know it's there. I think people know it's there. And it's not just in music, in your spaces of work. You have a clique of people who group up together and decide, say, they're going to look up for them one another. You can't knock it. What you have to learn to do is create your own lane and just stay in your lane and just keep it moving.
No, but I'm so not for that. Because you know
man.
Wait. You see why I mash up a country? You know why I mash up a country?
No, man. The thing is, when you're a trailblazer like you are, when you're a trailblazer and you have decided to advocate, I've learned this. When your level of advocacy, you will not perhaps live to see your work with the level of advocacy where you are doing. Somebody else will inherit the work where you are doing. Yeah. The more where you have a break, it now probably happening.
While I totally agree with you, I'm very much in agreement with you. At the same time,
One second. Yeah, people, you're watching Jamaica Celebrity Talk. We are talking to two greats. We're talking to Mr. Lexx himself, and we're talking to Jamaica's love, the girl, Nickeishia Barnes. It's always wonderful to have articulate artists, you know, expressing themselves. So I think, all right, I'm gonna jump to something else before we have to leave this amazing live. The music.
No, wait, before you jump. Nickeishia, listen. I gotta get my point across.
Get it.
This is one of the things we are ruining the country.
Yeah.
Make my friend eat her food. You see, that is wrong. Ewa, I'm saying wrong. As much as I agree with you, and I agree with teaming up and all of that, I agree. But Ewa, now there are reputable people who out there who not getting the job because people who in power are put them friendly in a position, and that's wrong, boo. So that's why I can't agree with what you're saying. But if dude can do the job, give dude the job. Then you understand what I say? That's how your society grow. But make my friend eat a food that I ruin with, but team up and gang up over there. So that I ruin with you. I promise you.
Well, I'm not going to argue that fact. I think that's
we're not. I would not argue with you.
No. We're very not arguing.
What me learn though, Lex. It's the truth of it. When I tell you what me learn, they will meet up on their come up hands. You now have to help them in it. The people who benefit from injustice meet their come up hands without assistance from us.
True.
Within that very bubble, them same one gonna eat them one another. You now have to assist.
True.
They're actually in competition in that very little bubble. What God has done is protected you by not allowing you to be in the bubble with them. Your path is already covered, so you're not one being at the bubble. I try everybody because the protection is not in the bubble comes already. Them can't stop you and them can't stop me because our path not aligned to no bubble. We don't need nobody assistance to go where God carry. And the people who I advocate for are going to come through that door in excellence because God has already opened the door for them. They can't stop it from reaching the promised land. And we alone can't stop ourselves. Bubble and not going to reach over there.
I think me the born as a bird. I think me the born as a burden carrier.
Yeah, man, you take up people things now also. Come over here, so make I pick them the things they are for you. Because you walk with people things for you.
You know, say, and I mean, them come put it on me, you know.
My friend called it.
Hold on there. One of printing facts. Printing Facts had offered Lex the breadfruit. She says, some battles you can't fight. Balance is what we need, Mr. Lex. Balance. We need balance.
Indeed. Indeed.
Let me jump to this other topic real quick, since I have you two amazing people here with I.
My ego though, me not hide it.
I keep hearing lately that the music is creating the violence. I have to go another one here. And I hear some artists saying no. But here's the truth. In all countries that are controlled by dictators or dictatorial figures, they did it in Nazi Germany and many other places. When the state controls everything, what the state does is the state decides which artist is allowed to record, and the artist sing songs that empower the state and tell the state what the state wants to hear. That's the message of the state. Also, my father, Jarvis Simpson, my father used to say to me, the greatest lie ever told to black people by white people is this. And he used to say, the biggest lie told is sticks and stones will break my bones and words can hurt me, because the most destructive and yet productive of all things are words.
Yeah.
So I hear artists saying, no, impossible. And I hear people saying, yeah. Where do you both stand? You think the word, the music, which has really become...
You want to say, go first.
You come Mr. Lex, can laugh at the word of this.
Do you think the music is impacting the violence we are going around? Or you think it's just the government?
No. I can't say the music creates the violence. I cannot say that. It's a broad aspect. There's a whole lot of things that create violence in Jamaica. First of all, it is society's duty to point finger at somebody and find a scapegoat. Unfortunately, that's all it is. I must say to my peers though, my artist brethren, them say, due to the fact of the high surge of the violence in our society today, and with the violence against women, and with the disappearance of our children and all of that, I can ask you guys to please tone down a little bit. Just tone down a little bit, because for the mere fact and the harsh reality of it is that it takes all kinds to make music. And if there wasn't a market for that, these artists wouldn't exist. So clearly there are people who love to hear this, but why I can only ask them to tone it down a bit, because there's so much other things that are feeding violence into the kids. But because we are the one who out there with our shiny necklaces and our shiny big cars and everything, it is easy for fingers to point at us. You know what I said? They are the cable TV. The cable TV. Oh my God, that is so corrupted. Like, it is so corrupted on cable right now. You know what I say? The video games are so violent. You know what I say? The immature parents in the yard where they pitting them, I see them, I beat them one another, and them have sex in front of them, pitting them, and the whole of them something there, and them cuss them one another. The open loose yard. You know what I say? The bad parenting. There's so much thing that contribute to this, but dancehall get the blame because we are the scapegoat again, because a lot of us don't know how to speak properly. And as I've asked a person with a startup, say, no, because all we have to do is just talk to them properly, make them say, hey, so somebody go school still, somebody really go school still. You can't really do with this all the time, so like you can't just say we do this all the time. So yeah, of course the youth them listen to the youth them, because like I said, there's a market out there, and we can't expect the man to just tone and look a bit, but it not gonna stop. So all right, hey, Nickeishia.
Yes.
You see, if the people want to hear about fridge, you think you can go up on the stage and sing about microwave?
Or iron.
Or iron. A fridge they want to hear about. It's the harsh reality. That's how it is. You understand what I'm saying? That's why each and every talent, each and every artist create for them own talent and for them own space, so that you don't have to change to nobody thing or change to no time or change because you create something solid. You know what I say? Yo, man, it's unfair to we still, and until a large set of us come out and sit down and say, hey, no, we're not doing this no more. It's not we. It's uno.
Lex, I have to say this to you. Do you remember in the 90s, late 90s, there was a period, Nickeishia, where they were saying that dancehall was causing the sexual vulgarity and the whining And then around the same time now, Carnival start. Suddenly, music never have nothing to do with that no more. Carnival never do it, you know. But it's dancehall that do it.
That's another.
Nikisha,
That's another. That's another
you're
thing.
very silent. Let me hear what you say.
Wow. This topic, I get very passionate about it. Because I come from a space like jungle and I understand what the culture speaks to. I also can understand, you said it earlier, Peter, out of the mouth is life and death. We as artists have to be mindful of the messages because of the level of influence that we have, and our music is able to change without you buying a furniture, without you buying nothing in your house, turn on some music, it changes the atmosphere around you. We have to be mindful of what we speak because there's life and death and there's power in the tongue. Same time, I can see where Mr. Alex is coming from because I come from jungle. It's not music create guns down a jungle. Is not music create death and trauma and history of trauma in the lives of children in spaces like Arnett Gardens. It comes with a heredity of how do we look at violence? Violence is a broad spectrum thing. From you beat your picnic, that's a violent act. From you respond in your house in loudness, that's a violent act.
You
From
get up every day and cuss your neighbor.
not cuss your neighbor, that's violence. From you withhold economic fortitude and success from people, that's also violence, that's economic violence.
You borrow the people the money and the people them come beat you and war them. That's violence.
There's so many things that contributes to us as a country having a violent attitude and
Yes, and sorry, but telling our kings that that man are iron.
yes.
Right.
So those things
Man mustn't, foolishness.
places of violence. And then you have to look on what are those things in place that creates opportunity for crime. The road to crime is made so much easier because you can access, when you look at absentee fathers, when you look at the amount of persons, the parenting structures and systems and styles, you look at our education system, the resources in our community like Arnett Garden versus the resources in our community in Upper St. Andrew, the schools and how they're positioned and how they educate our children and what's available to them. That leads into opportunities for criminal activities because the less resources you have is now you become hand to mouth and you start looking towards something else for yourself and you don't see yourself in the spaces where you can get a job in a bank and wear a shirt and a tie. So in your mind, the best opportunity for success is to enter a life of criminal engagement. And we frame and tell the boy pitney them say them are the protector, them are the provider, them are the this, them are the that. And I never recognized it until I started to raise a son that we don't create spaces and opportunities for men to grow into them humanity. We don't create that.
Yeah.
We give labels and titles and we say to our boys, don't cry, tough it out. When you go out there, your sister and a body in a war, jump in and fight them fear. Not realizing that you have set a stage now for our men in our society to operate from a context where their masculinity is based in violence. Where when they respond in violence, then you get a thump and, yeah man, big up yourself. And even women do it. Because if your son come home and him get beat up, you're gonna beat him because him should have beat up them back. Your girl gets beat up, you hug her, you cuddle her, and oh sweet girl. There are so many nuances, as Mr. Lex said, when it comes to what is violence and how do we accept violence in our community. And how do we look at crime and recognize that crime not just come from music. They're singing about the things they see.
It's not the community either. Because when time I grew up in a Mountain View, what did volatile like Mountain View in the freaking 80s coming up? You know what I say? And at no point I felt like I wanted to go down that road. At no point. And even though I was growing up,
you said your grandmother did love you, know. You said your grandmother
did love you. You had a protective factor.
Very important thing. You had
grandmother when me have to study my book and stay inside.
I was in the midst. Yeah, but I was in the midst of this though. Yeah, but I was in the midst of this though, and growing up, and I was like, at no point, I never really feel like I don't want to go down the road. I mean, it was fun, like as a kid, seeing these things and we giggle and laugh of it. But that was it for me. I would just always go the road. So nobody can tell me say the community do it for you. If you want out, you can go look it. You know what I said? It's just that at the same time, like Nickeishia said, there's not much space, there's not much things created for the youth them star, and that's unfortunate. That's the next thing for work. And you see, we keep like Yeah, you see the government, you see, as people, yeah, Mr. Government, yeah, you've been doing a lot for the country. We understand that the government from them coming up power or whatever, from your pitney whatever, they've been doing things for the country. How about cool off for the country a little bit and do something for the people now? No, that's a different thing.
Yeah.
That's a whole different thing from doing things for the country.
But
For doing
then
things
I'm
for
going to
people.
jump in, Mr. Lex. The people have to recognize that them are the government. We've elected some people
You
to
see,
represent us, and we run the country.
unfortunately, some of us not really some
Yeah,
of us
but
not
that's
really
the problem. We don't realize that we in
I
charge.
realize that yet. So,
We have voted in some people to stand as our representatives. They are
but
not
then
the
but then
government, and we are the government.
you
So if
think I
we
know
decide to retire that you have to come out.
you think I know people I said that and I saw that and them now, you know, all them can't see it all now. You think I know I from long time people I said the people them are the government, but them not see it. You know what I said? When I said the things for the people, um, because all right, yeah, the infrastructure, we like the road them and we like all of that and we like how you light up the place them and thing and we like how you give the technology and we like the internet and we like that. But stop for a second and do something for the people. Now, this is the perfect time for you to do something for the people them, for the people, and not
You know,
like
you know, you know what I would
When
say?
they don't
Let me
know them
jump
are
in.
headlights. When do the people do something for themselves?
Well,
In our
let me jump in
community,
and say this.
yeah.
Let me say this really quick.
uh, all right.
Um, what
But
we are lacking in this community in Jamaica, and I discovered this very early, not really because of the kind of parents I grew up with. We lack critical thinking. We don't teach our people to think. If you think, if you get what I'm saying, as a
Yeah.
community, Mr. Lex is unique. You are unique. The truth is, I'm a little unique because we went outside of the box. We did things a little.
yeah, no, me no normal, me no normal, me
Yeah,
no
yeah.
normal.
So the thing now is we have
Trying to
Jamaicans.
keep making a laugh.
Honestly, Jamaicans are unbelievably intelligent and we are very talented. But the truth is like this.
Yeah.
We're not taught to challenge our minds and challenge the system as another way out. And I think what we need to do in schools now is to start teaching to them from primary school critical thinking. Don't just regurgitate what the teacher tell you. Look at say, but young Bobby, what did you think? You get me? I say we
Yeah.
move on because it took a while, for us to go from the white Jesus with blonde hair to the fact that Jesus couldn't did white and have blonde hair. No, it was physiologically
You're
impossible.
wrong. So that does not make no
It
sense.
took a while. But what I'm saying, we need to start challenging the status quo and we have to teach you them to think. Final question, my brother and my sister. Um, the future of the music. We can't stay too long, but I know we can't spend forever on this. The youth that we see coming out because the internet has changed the game.
Yeah.
There was a time I remember if Peter Lyde ever put out a song after it mix a anchor and it master anchor. Now I take it down to JSD down Sonic Sounds. Them I go print it and then JS them I go ship it out. Yeah. And then me know say no we are talk straight. And then me know say no the
It's
fact
so bad because I know all of those stages.
right. So
Do you
after the
really?
45 goes,
Do you really, Nickeishia?
Yes. I was at
so
people on my radar got Sonic song. I'm like,
but
no,
wait now. So after we reach this now, Mr. Lex know that part yeah, you're gonna go down a Stone Love, right?
yes,
Start to start to talk to Father Paul and say Father Paul.
I'm begging.
And you go Rory, yeah? And you say
begging.
Rory, what you think? See? Then now you go Irie, you drive go Irie FM and you check out Dennis Howard. He said, Dennis,
Oh my gosh.
what do you think about that tune? Yeah? And then you go Irie FM and you find Francois Sanjus. You say, Francois, where I say?
Yes.
The future now, different. The man just go on him laptop, record a tune, and press send. And release. Different thing. Different thing. And I personally think that's a good thing. Because I'm not
So the middleman.
we have to think of the bubble. You just go around everybody, you just do what you are doing. But here's a question I have to ask. I see a lot of youths rising, and I'm very happy for them. I say Leader IKEA, who I like, I think she's very talented.
Big voice.
Mr. Skilly Bang, don't know him, but talented. Mr.
Crocodile teeth. You catch that. Mhm.
Yeah, Lex, as one of the most prominent DJs we have produced, what kind of advice you have to tell you them youth then, where I come? That is Skilly Ben just do something with Nicki
Minaj.
we just chatted in England. What advice you have for him? As another thing now. We're hot another thing now.
Ewa, Peter.
Yeah.
Every generation, everything changed. Everything is a mess, and each generation wear them clothes different, the slang them change, and them listen to the music different.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I say? We're at the age where the generation where other type of music them love. No matter what them want to say, this is what them love because the youth might get bigger and get richer fight. This is what them love, and this is where that now. The thing is, I think there's a bridge, or there's a bridge there that we need to set with the first such a generation and the latter generation them, because I think because the little separation is causing a lot of confusion, and it diminished because we grew up learning the music from our elder artists them, and so we learn from what we learn from them and put our thing from what we learn and make things bigger.
Right.
Then, all of a sudden, no artist not inspire them. Them just grew up and just can DJ and I saw, and it's like, what?
Yes.
No, it's okay to feel like that. It is okay to feel like that. It's all right. It's fine. But at the end of the day, you have to acknowledge the fact that there was people before you who laid the stones so that you could come stand up right now. You cannot ignore that fact. All right. Be all up your ass if you want, but nobody no inspire you. No. It's okay. But do not ignore the fact that people laid paths so you could come to the thing. You understand what I say? And that's with that generation now. Them act like say nobody did, but I just like, yo, yeah, man, and I hate that, man. All artists, man. So I'll try to tell them, say, dog, the world like drum and bass. Them like the pingy thing. Them don't have for them own pingy thing already. They never leave to them pingy thing to come take up our pingy something. And which is why most of the time them don't pass airport. Them love drum and bass. That's why coffee. That's why you find a coffee and I find a product where I use the old time rhythm and the word of them. They know because I go to the world and them say, and that the world like, that the world used to, that the world know reggae food and dancehall for, not pingy. Them already have them pingy. You understand what I say? So them play. So, but at the same time, I'm not knocking the music,
I don't know, never heard anybody say it that way, but it's
I've never heard that. It's
that was there.
In a real life, check out the rhythm. Them hit up the billboard. Them a drum and bass. Either them come off a bam bam or some punani or something. You know what I say?
No, but it's like we switch. It's like we had to fit them music and them
do we.
So guess what now? So we may try to show them. So now, you dumbass. Look on the look. When start focus on the pingy. So till the African them take our drum and bass something and run with it now.
Afrobeat. Yeah.
See the man them run with our something.
Yeah.
With our something.
Just because una ignore.
Feature part for them something.
Oh, you get what I'm trying to say? So no, the man my beg for go feature and something the man I use.
Something.
You get what I'm trying to say? But then them say them eat. Then them say we are all artists and me eat pan. Me not eat pan. I'm trying to show you the way, dude. But then they'll thank me one day, no. They might probably watch
trust and believe
and they'll thank me one day. But yo, that's the thing that the African them take our thing and gone around with. Just because we are focused on ping pong, ping. Like
listen.
The fuck?
Right there.
Sorry, my bad.
With their where Ryan studio name again, Lex?
Mixing Lab.
Music Lab. I was calling it Ryan studio. With their Ryan studio one day, see? And Sly and Robbie, they were working on Mr. Lover. That tune there for yeah, that tune there. So me sit up on the commissioners gonna there, me sit up on the ground and Bulby, a young engineer them time then, and once a while Sly would have just drop some wisdom, and a young engineer come inside there and have a little attitude, nothing wrong, might feel himself,
not him hot. Yeah.
And Sly upon him and say, yo, say one day you have a owl. Straight. And that's the thing. Nobody realizes that one day I'm not going to be 19 or 25, 28. I might hit 40, 50, 60, 70. So for me, But when me and few of them will talk, but just smile. But just smile. Mr. Big up yourself, you eat your food. I think my concern, and I think Lexus is saying the same thing. I could go to Sly and Dean and say, yo, Dean, we made the wrong panel. Or we made the wrong at the promote. May I tell you, I could actually go to them. They're not nobody to go to.
Yeah.
I'm talking to one another. And it will work. But it not work the way it should work.
Let me teach you the next dynamic when I never hear it from again. The reason why the old rhythms still relevant right now and still bad right now. I may talk like the Punani, the Shankai Sheng, the answer, the whole of them rhythm there. The reason why them rhythm is still relevant now is because in a them time there, you have like 6 different creative energy on the beat because Steely I go make the drummer and Clevie put on something on it and them call Dean. Dean come put on some on, then them call Danny Bassy, then Danny Bassy put on some bass, then them call Gitsy, and Gitsy put on some guitar. You understand what I say? So by the time the rhythm done, you have about 8 individual creative energy on it. Yeah. So the rhythm bad. Nowadays, a one man sitting in a bathroom and something goes boom, 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 and it lasts 3 months. And then the man will send me an 8 on them. You see, but do not like that them something, I know.
Well, all right, people.
I don't like that. No, I don't like that. Them something. I can't always say them always make it look like a foolishness matter. People, they're disrespectful about it too. You ever see them? You ever see them do me what they do me with the tweet?
But that is true. Listen,
yo, I tweeted the other day. I tweeted the other day.
Advice. You know that. Even the way you advise. When the engineer, the producer say, Lex, no, I don't feel that. I feel it.
Yo, I tweeted the other day. Said Khalid for advise some other artists. Blood. Yo, you know what I say? Oh, them dealing me. Yo, then stand up in my neck for about 4 days.
I saw it.
Then dealing me wicked, you know. Did you hear what I said? Did you hear what I said? All I asked was for Khalid to record some other people. That's all I asked. Are you sure them dealing me? Oh my God.
Anyway, people, this has been Jamaica Celebrity Talk. We have had the honor and the privilege of speaking to one of the
Yo, can laugh. Yo, stop
who changed dancehall forever. Mr. Lexx, right? This man changed the flow of dancehall and changed dancehall in many, many ways. He's an overachiever. And then we've been speaking to the one and only, I love her, me telling the straight, I love her. Nickeishia Barnes, another person who has impacted our lives and impacted the business. This has been so much wisdom. We cut this up by the show. It's been an honor and pleasure to speak to. I can't say this publicly. Lexx is one of my most real DJ. Awesome DJ from the first time I see him perform.
Thanks, man.
Thanks,
man. I appreciate it.
Now remember that. But flow different, everything different. Big up.
Appreciate it, man.
You know, so the first time I see you in person, did I tell you, I was doing a juicy party when the Tory performed on the same something. And before we go up, I sit down and I sit down to watch my girl. And the whatever cool, whatever come out, I would stand up and listen. They must say to me, they must say, yo, singer, you can't see a backstage. I'm say, no. I'm gonna go to the front. I'm gonna push through the crowd and stand up and push them where. And when you come up, some cheer and say, fire. So
oh man, I got a fan in you. Thanks, man. I appreciate it though, yo. I things like these make me continue doing what I do still, and I really do appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man. It's a pleasure and an honor because the whole purpose of this is really the idea is to educate people about the truth of the industry, what really are going on, not just music, acting, entertainment, anything, and to have
them give me a raw deal, you know.
Is the best. The best.
Real.
Listen, I tell you, say, Nickeishia, Chris missing call now. It could be Kevin Hart right now. May I tell you?
I saw it and I was like, I want to find you and just hug you. I was like, look here, woo woo woo, twinkle twinkle, hush. I was like,
Nadira X says.
Somebody said, listen, the ramp rough. Come go home. Come go up, man. You're ramping.
But Nickeishia, you know, say I don't know if you experience this, but me know say Lexx experience it, you know.
Yeah.
And then time then when you go to the studio, you know, you're back off abroad, you know. Like you said, the wrong thing, you know, man. All a day, the man by your case.
Yeah.
One day, I done a Sonic Sound one day in a studio, and I'm going to make a mistake. Elephant Man there where I record something to some Japanese people. And they say something, and I say, no, man, another one, number 2, me mama. 3 there.
Yo, let me get, as I mentioned, elephant, let me get a joke. Boy, elephant, man, a wicked boy, you know. All right, so me just come from foreign, you know, the time the Zeeks did, there was this big, something with Zeeks and they made their jail and they have to come out, talk to the people. Remember what that? But me did that firing when it happened.
The crowd, yeah.
Yeah, so me did that firing when it happened. So me just come down now and them keep a thing down there. So I go down there for a DJ now. So you know, it was everything was about Zeke. So everybody was going DJ for Zeeks at be forward. So me don't go see them sing my song them, you know. Me well backstage I say, I plan one like Zeke's lyrics. So maybe like 8 line with Zeke's in it. I say, all right, I sure forward this. Yeah, sure forward. Zeke's lyrics, I'm bad, flow bad and everything. Yeah. Nickeishia, someone got some run out on the stage. I got some first line, second line, third line. Then I forget. I was like, yo, hold on. First line again, second line, third line again, and forget again. Then the whole crowd stop and be quiet like them. I say,
Where am I doing? Yeah,
hold on. I have it, people. I have it. And you know, so I go third line again and box. Sometimes I hear one voice at the crowd say, hey, boy. When I come a bad man show, get a thing together. Yo, I'm ashamed. I have one big green Versace jacket where everybody in the party can see me no matter what me do. So, the boy Elephant Man now, nobody never to realize now. Elephant Man take the mic now and say, boy, let's us where you don't feel what I go I'm mash the place. I'm stand up right there, so shame like dog, you know. So you know more come off of the stage and can't come off. More come off of the stage and can't come off. So, you know the thing with artist flap. So you know, it's like my foot took you on stage. So,
my turn back now, please.
no, may I try cut. So, but before as me reach at the edge of the stage, we go jump off. One person will believe in him and say, give back Lexus the mic. I'm gonna go and stop and give him back the mic. I know my DJ my song and mash up my place. I say, why not sing in the first place? Why not sing
it through them?
Hey, me fling with the jacket, you see.
Listen. You see, I think all the way. You remember when out on the Elsha Beach, the other one out there, man. The other big beach out there, so at Portmore.
Boardwalk?
Sugarman Beach.
No, man. Anyway.
Fort Clarence.
Show them. Yes, Fort Clarence. Show them, and then time they Merciless around the thing, you know. I run it. See? So Merciless I got stuff to work. So who open the show now? Me and Ghost, right? And Ghost are singing now. Like first comes the deep. You know, and me I sing some girl too. I remember that sing. Oh, dancehall queen, yeah. And that me I sing, you know. And Merciless just come. When I go past stage yet, you know. And Merciless said, yo, I have to work somewhere, so I have to go and know. I said, I'm going. It can't go on. So Ninja. So when Ninja said, Ima go on, Ninja said, Ima go on. So the two of them go on. I'm mash up the place. So go say, singer, what you gonna do? I said, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Because, listen, are we left, you know? Are we them people there, no? We are warm up act. So
I'm gonna start crying.
So we go up now. So them call me up on first tune and me I rock the place. Me I say, what? See, I have one. People them have one. Second tune. Yeah. Me try the third tune and people them just go so. Me still I sing the third tune. People them quiet. And I'm on just hold up a shot in the back and say, Peter.
Time up.
Yeah. So let's come off now.
Yeah, man. Time to go, bro. Time to go.
Oh. Hey, I almost run off of the stage, you know, man.
I never really.
Here goes. And people are weak. I mean, you forgot now. You're the promoter now. Yeah, me never pay you. I forgot. Hey, no stop. Lexx, you should have just do a tune then.
Yo, Mr. Boo change enough people life, you know. One Boo, and Dave Kelly about a DJ again, you know. I see him turn out to be one of the baddest producer.
Yeah. True.
One Boo change that. One run out of cactus.
Hey, we terrible, man. The Jamaican people, I tell people.
Yo, that hurt, yo. Let
me tell you, you're supposed to know. My most terrifying experience on the planet was doing Sting in 1996. And the most first of all, when Len called me and said, "They're on the show." I said, "What? What? Why me on the show? Me not on the show here." See, but me have a tune him, oh my darling, we are going wicked a street and me never know. So, so me think now they're gonna put me on when them have an early segment, Nickeishia.
Yes. I'm a Sting fan, so I know early segment.
Yeah, so me know so now me say me gonna go on before 10 o'clock at night. When me say 10 o'clock,
I'm not reach yet.
Segment gone, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Listen, ready me go for my yard now. And then right before my work, them bring on this brother. They never see so much shandy back in my life. So after the back of the man, and then sweep it off, laying chunky there and say, "Your turn." And the most terrifying experience. You see me step out there, but here I see me now, them time there, me the morning time, and I just JBC TV I have. Yeah?
So you were familiar.
Yeah, and the tune I go on. So when we go out when we hear the gunshot, they must love me now. So I start feeling the element. And I say, yeah, draw the first tune go on, second tune go on, third tune go on. Mark, you know the more than 1 minute, minute at each tune.
Them, yeah.
By the time I get to home, my dad, I draw the tune, I stop the people. Them say no. So I think that means I'm come off. But they mean they want the tune. So I finish the tune. I sing the one tune 8 times. I'm come off. I mean, I lie to you. I come off. So I shake. And the time I wonder. I said, I go back to me. I want to go happen to me.
Yeah, for the side.
Lexx never go through them thing there, no.
Yeah, man, that was crazy. That was like, I don't really. I get butterflies though. Enough time to get butterflies, even though. But this is my job, so the moment I get on the stage, I'm over that stage. But I get butterflies though, man. Even though, like even just before them call my name.
You get terrified before you go on stage, Nikki?
I struggled a couple of years ago. I don't know what it was. I had horrible stage fright a couple of years ago. Like when we say horrible, I mean horrible. Yeah, man, them have literally go up behind me and shoot me out. Like before, I go vomit. I get nervous, cold sweat, I wash me, I shake like I can't do this, guys. I cannot do this. I don't know what it was. I don't know where it came from. But
that's strange. But it's gone now. It's gone.
Yeah, man. Yeah, like now I'm amped. Like, give me the mic. Let's do this. And even if people go before me, because I've been through that, where well-established artists go before me. I mean, stand up there at the corner like, in real life, I rise and stars me depan. Am I serious? Him have somewhere for go. Then I feel it's me, kill is me. Now know where for go. Me kill it. All right.
Yo, artists always have somewhere for go.
No, but then here what? No, Mr. Lexx. I think the jungle listener may come out. I'm like, what you just do? Go before me? You think I leave a hole? Look how that girl you go full it up. I go mad. And when me get mad, man, all if I split, me need to split and bum flip 10 times. I don't know where the energy will come from.
Yo, you know what though? you know what the key is? One of the key is to master crowd control, because it's timing too, and it has a lot. It has a lot to do with personality. Because if you go out there with the personality feeling like a fear, they're gonna feel the fear, and of course,
and they feel that energy.
If you go out,
you're not confident, you're not sure about yourself.
If you go out there with the confidence And
I said to myself, say right now, somebody I watched the Grammy and somebody I watched the Billboard, and you think me now go live and I tell, look how that show you
But you know,
the Grammy.
I think one of the problems is that because of how stage shows are now, I came up in a time when you get a set, you get at least half hour. Then you get 5 minutes. In fact, a promoter, the last time I did a show in Montego, a promoter called me to do a show. No, that was the last time, but the last time for a local promoter. And he said, all right, you, headline them are you, and that time Killer did have Alliance, and you have Alliance. So you know people, you have 4 minutes, and Killer have Alliance have 10. I'm screaming, when you have 4 minutes, you can't do that. And then understand now, I had been touring, and when I tour, when I in Europe in a 3 hour, I don't know.
Yes, so you're seasoned into giving a show.
So you learn how to build a show, how to just like what Lexx say, I read the audience, you know how to structure the show, how to I tell people being on stage is making love. It's not a quickie. It's making
not a quickie, it's a marathon.
So I sometimes I worry about some of the younger artists and because they might do some like 1 minute, 2 minute thing and I say, when the man I got tour, what am I gonna do?
And them don't perform them song.
Bridget, thank you for being here. Bridget C, Nadira X, Marianne, Ace, thank you guys for being here. I have to end this because I promised to watch Cruella with my daughter and she's gonna run me. I should have done this.
Guys,
but it is a joy.
You guys, right?
It's a joy. Nickeishia, it's an honor to be able to speak with you. I've learned so much about you. That even I didn't know, because I used to think, honestly, that now I'm looking back and I want to be
or Ochi. I don't know why people take me.
And the thing is, Lexus, same thing, amazing, awesome, you know.
And I didn't know that Mr. Lexx went to Trench Town. I was like, ooh.
I never know that
either. 86 to 91.
Yeah, I'm like a junglist is in you.
Yeah.
Blessed flexi style. So people, thank you. This has been Jamaica Celebrity Talk. Look out for these. We'll be editing them down and sending them out throughout the week. It's a joy and an honor to have two of my favorite people, human beings, a king and a queen here with I and I tonight.
Pleasure to be here, man. And Nikki, good to see you too, boo. Gorgeous as ever.
Loud at the lighting.
I just smile for me. I just smile for me.
People, Nikki, from the woman them say Lexx. They don't remember me, you know.
Didn't catch a fire, my love.
You know me no more. Lexx.
I just go through all my life, you know, yo. Yeah.
All right, people, big up and bless up. Thank you both for being here.
Thanks for having me, man.
Thank you.
I'm a brother, I'm a sister.
Thank you again, Mr. Lexx.
Hey, big up now, Nick.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you guys for being here. It was awesome. Love to all of you. Great to have these amazing people here with me tonight. Mr. Lexx is truly a legend in the industry. Nickeishia, a legend in the industry. Thank you all for making it Jamaica Celebrity Talk. Big up and bless up. Love you all out. Have a wonderful night. Love you.